up, everybody? Welcome back to the 50/50 podcast. This is your boy Illis Demeanor, and I'm here with my co-host.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Wes. It's going to be August the 27th, 2023, and this will be episode number 15.
Yes, sir.
5 more from 20. Like I said, we're going to do something special for 20. I'm not sure what it is. Probably just be a cash giveaway, do the thing like we did before. We'll do a code throughout the episode. Whoever comments the code on YouTube, and you have to be subscribed to the channel, we'll get the code. Or we'll get the cash. We'll send it through Cash App.
Yeah.
Y'all have to, first one to comment.
Yeah, I say comment, be a subscriber,
Like the video.
and like the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
So comment, like, subscribe. First one to do it. And we're going to do it how we originally planned to do it the last time we did. And I think we just put the code in one spot because we forgot. But we're going to do it the way we planned to. So, like, within, I don't know, first 10 minutes, we might give y'all one number, 30 minutes, next, whatever. 4-digit code, first one to comment, be subscribed, like the video. Could be 20, could be 40, could be 1,000, but I guarantee y'all this, it won't be 1,000. But somebody will get something. Got a few things to talk about today.
Yep.
Real quick, man, I just want to touch on the whole Max Holloway win.
Yeah.
You said you went back and watched the highlights. What you think?
So it looked like he was getting beat, like at the beginning. Like the Korean Zombie was putting some good licks in.
Yeah.
He had him like backpedaling. Like he looked like he was in trouble. And then what was it, the third round?
Early in the
third round, like a couple seconds between the third round. Like Max Holloway came with that overhand, like an overhand right.
Did you see he even got hit too?
Yeah, he did.
Like,
yeah, he got hit.
And what knocked him out? Yeah.
And then he runs out the ring, like he jumps over the cage, runs out
to his
the
wife.
ring.
Yeah. Hey, his wife is bad. I don't know if you've seen her.
I did.
Bad, boy.
I was like, I probably would have ran to her too.
Yeah. Nah, Max a beast, man. That's the thing. Like, you cannot, if you're just gonna throw caution to the wind and be like, I'm just gonna stand and bang with this dude. Max isn't somebody you want to do it with.
Yeah.
Think about it. Max hasn't ever been dropped.
Right.
Never.
Yeah.
I don't mean knocked out. I mean he's never been dropped in the UFC. So like that's not somebody you want to like test your chin against.
He's good, bro.
He's good.
Yeah, I know who Max Holloway is.
Yeah, he's no fucking joke.
Yeah, bro.
But like what I think it was, man, like you said, Korean Zombie had like real good moments in the fight. That's why I say if you just watch the highlights, it would probably look more like Max dominated.
Yeah.
Because that's how they're gonna show you know the winner. They're gonna show more of his highlights. But if you really watch it, Korean Zombie was doing his thing. He didn't look bad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of surprised he retired.
Yeah, he looked like he was in shape. He looked like he was well conditioned. Like he definitely came in like ready to fight. You know, and just like I said, like there was moments where I was like, ooh, like Max might get slept or
Did you see when Max put him in the Doris?
No, he didn't. No, I didn't see that part.
Bro, had it because it's Max drops him.
Yeah.
And he thinks he's out because the Korean Zombie's just rolling. And Max is holding his hands up, like looking at the ref, like, are you going to stop it or do you want me to, like, get him? And he didn't hit him. He just jumped on him and put him in the darts. And I'm talking about had it tight and just held it for, bro, it had to be like 30 to 45 seconds. Just holding this thing. And he kept asking the ref, is he out? Is he out?
Yeah.
And like he was checking his hand and like he was still awake. I don't know how. And finally Max let go of it because he was like, man, okay, if I can't choke him out, I'm gonna exhaust my arms by squeezing because I don't know if you do a lot. Like I know you do boxing, but if you ever just like in the middle of your boxing next time, get like the medicine ball or even the bag and just squeeze it as hard as you can. Do it for 20, 30 seconds and then go back to striking.
Takes a lot of energy.
Your arms are just gonna feel fucking. So since he couldn't choke him out, he gave up on the position, even though he was dominant.
Yeah, because I know when you have him in that position, like you gotta like squeeze like really, really hard, and you gotta pull too, don't you? Yeah, so I can imagine.
I'm talking about he had him like, man, they were like this. Like this is Max's head up here. They were like this, and they were going around, and he was just cranking his neck.
Really squeeze him hard. Yeah,
I'm surprised he gave it. I'm like, I understand why he gave it up because this was just the second round, potentially of a 5-round fight. So he's thinking long game, like, damn, okay, if he doesn't go out and I waste all this energy trying to choke him out, I'm fucked.
Yeah, he can get you in the later rounds.
Yeah, I won't be able to like hold my hands up to defend.
Yeah.
Man, it was so sad. Like, if this is his last fight, I would give him this. This would be a good fight to go out on, simply because at the end, when they're playing his song by the Cranberries, I don't know if you know, it's called Zombie.
Yeah.
It's in your head.
Yeah.
The whole crowd was singing it. They are in Singapore, so it's more Korean Zombie fans.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
packed. But they were all singing it, man. Like, it kind of made me tear up, like, just to see like the love and support.
Yeah, the support.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me personally, the reason why I think he should retire, which is he's still good, and it is sucked that he did retire and he went out that way with a loss. But I was looking at his resume. He does have 8 losses, and he's gotten beat by all the best fighters. So I
8 in a row?
Yeah, 8. Well, I don't think it was 8 in a row. I have to go back and look, but I know he does have 8 losses on his record, and all of the people that he lost to are like the big names, like high ranked guys, and I don't see a title shot like in his future.
Oh, he just got a title shot.
He does.
He did.
He did.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was his. I think that was his last fight. It was for the title.
Okay.
And
so if he would have
destroyed him.
I seen that.
Destroyed him. Like, it was, I think, a 4th round stoppage. But that's the thing. Volk didn't knock him out. It was just.
I think was it by decision?
No, it was a TKO.
Okay.
But he was still standing. But man, it was just.
What? He TKO'd him while he was still standing?
Yeah. But you'd have to see it, bro. I'm looking at it right now. So no, his resume from top to bottom goes. He just lost to Max. His previous fight was Volkanovski. He just beat Dan Eager. Then lost to Brian Ortega. Beat Frankie Edgar. Beat Renateo. I don't know who that is. Lost to Yair Rodriguez, who is now the current champion of the lower weight class. Won against Dennis, lost to Jose Aldo. That was a title shot.
Okay. Jose Aldo was a beast, bro.
Beat Dustin Poirier. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, see that? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was surprising.
That he beat Dustin.
He beat Dustin. I was like, dang.
Got him by submission.
Submission.
Yep. Yeah, the Volkanovski one though, man, like, it was so, because Volk was just beating the shit out of this man to the point, like, in the 4th round before they started, he goes, "Hey, are you good?" Like, when the ref told him to fight, like, he got to the center, he was like, "Are you sure?" And the Korean Zombie's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "All right, man." Then just fucking tease off on him. And I'm pretty sure it's Herb Dean steps in and stops it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that was a good fight.
Him and Volk. It was a good fight for Volk. Volk was dominant. Like,
so let's talk about how you pronounce his name?
Alexander Volkanovski.
Volkanovski.
And people just call him Volk for sure. Yeah.
So you said he's gonna be on the cover of UFC 5.
I predict it. Yes.
Yeah.
Because of the trailer that I sent you, that little 4 or 5 second, it shows the cage, shows the octagon.
He's doing like this.
That's Volkanovski. I can tell because of the tattoo. What is weird to me and what I don't understand is they have him in the blue gloves, like the blue tape. That means he's the, not the main guy. Like, the champ's in red always.
Yeah.
So, like, that was weird. But maybe they're just trying to, like, throw you off, or maybe they just didn't think when they was doing it. But he does have the blue tape on his wrist, even though he's the champion.
Yeah.
But that is his, like, tattoo and stuff. So I believe it's going to be Volkanovski. I wouldn't be surprised if they do, like, with how they did on the last one, UFC 4. They had 2 people. They put Jorge and Izzy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do, like, a Volk and Sean, like, collab.
That'd be dope.
But I think if I had to bet money on who's going to be on the cover, it's going to be Volk.
Definitely him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, he's a beast. He said he's going to be on the UFC cover for UFC 5. He's currently the featherweight champion. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. And from what I seen last night, they said he's the pound for pound number 2 best fighter in UFC, or is he number 1 now?
I was about to say, who's number 1? Because I'm pretty sure it's him.
Let me look. Because I didn't know about this guy, which is I was watching highlights last night, and I was like, this dude is a beast.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he is
back.
a bad
If y'all go
dog.
back and y'all listen to episode 2, I believe it is, we did a little. I don't know if you want to call it like a segment or whatnot, but just did a little thing where we were talking about goats and who we thought was like the greatest of all time in their sport. And when it came down to fighting, and we were talking about our pound for pound best fighter, you had said John Jones.
Yeah.
And I picked Alexander Volkanovski.
Hmm.
And this was even before like. I mean, I think he was champion. Yeah, he was definitely champion, but he wasn't like super dominant the way he is.
Yeah.
So like,
Dang.
yeah.
So it says right here, it says as of the 22nd of August, 2023, he is the number 2 UFC men's pound for pound ranking. So yeah, let's see who's number 1.
They got John Jones at number
Yes,
1.
they got
That's
John
crazy.
Jones as number 1.
That's crazy.
No.
How do you put the person who's had one fight in how many years at number 1 for pound for pound? In a way, I get it, but if we're talking about like activeness, like it's Volk easy.
Yeah.
Like easy. Cause like, bro, not only is he dominant in his weight class, he went up to lightweight and fought Islam, and he was supposed to get dominated. Like the way Islam came out against Charles Oliveira, hit him with one strike, put him in the arm triangle, and choked him out. He was supposed to dominate Volkanovski. Volk is short. He's not fat, but he's
a little stocky.
He's stocky, but he's very short. So to go up to the lightweight weight class and fight the champion and to arguably win, like, that's wild. Because it wasn't like, oh, he went in there and got dominated by Islam, bro. He dropped Islam and ended the fight. Him standing, Islam on his back, and him just throwing ground and pound on top of him. Bro, if that was a street fight, Volk won. Like, if that's where we stopped the fight, like, if we had homies fighting, and, like, that's the thing where we was like, all right, stop. Bro, you won.
Yeah, especially if he's standing up and the other opponent is down.
You should go back and watch that fight. Yeah. It's a good fight.
Yeah. Do you remember why they gave it to Islam?
They don't say.
Islam?
Yeah, they don't say. You know they don't ever give a reason, and I think that's a good idea. They should start holding these judges accountable. Like, you know how they do the post-fight press conference? They should have the judges come up there and have to say, well, what made you give this person this fight? I want to hear their reasoning.
Yeah.
I want to hear them say,
a good idea.
Yeah. And I think it's going to hold people accountable. That way they don't just get to, like, potentially ruin somebody's career, life, their livelihood, and just fade away.
That's a good idea.
No, they have to answer for why they did or thought the way they thought. I think that's a good idea to do away with these bad calls. I think it's going to hold judges accountable. It's going to make them start paying more attention because they're going to know, okay, damn, after this, I have to explain
why you scored it this way or why you chose this person as the winner.
Because it can even be said with Sean, bro. People will still argue today about the Peter Yan fight. They're going to say they think Peter Yan beat him. I still think Sean. I mean, and here's the thing. I can admit openly, bro. I'm like, the girl who was with us at Buffalo Wild Wings, she tells me all the time, she's like, you're so gay for him. It's so cute. Like, but bro, I've just been a fan with this dude for so long. Like, it's amazing to see where he's come to now.
Yeah.
And like, so I like sent her like a video of like, all his come up shit. The Thomas Almeida, the Chris Munoz, the Eddie Wineland, walk off, like, everything. Yeah. It's like, oh, you gay for him. That's cute.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You just a hardcore fan.
Bro,
there is nothing
hardcore.
Wrong with that.
But like, and okay, so with saying that, yes, I'm a super hardcore fan of Sean. I think he won, even if I take like my bias out. Like if we're going off damage and strikes, because they tallied up the significant strikes. He had that on Yan. Yan had the takedowns, but didn't do anything with them. He did nothing with the takedowns. Didn't threaten a submission. Didn't like hold Sean down for a long time. Like Sean like kept getting back up.
Yeah.
So I give it to Sean. And then you see how the Aljo fight played out. People thought it was going to be a repeat of that. They thought Aljo was just going to wrestle fuck the shit out of him, which that's why I told you. Watching the fight, I was like, I hope it don't happen. And then now we find out that Sean couldn't even wrestle 5 to 6 weeks before the fight. Think about it. Okay, so you got a fighter who's injured.
Think about it.
Can't wrestle. Going into a fight against
one of the best records,
arguably the best wrestler
yeah,
in the fucking game.
Mm-hmm. They say the GOAT,
the GOAT
of the bantamweight. So, I mean,
it's crazy.
Yeah, bro, you gotta be confident. He was confident in his ability, his striking ability. Like, I think he was saying, like, "Hey, man, all it takes is one shot." Mm-hmm. So he probably, in his mind, he probably was like, "I cannot go to the ground,
bro.
I cannot go to the ground. Yeah, with this dude."
He's like, he said it's life or death.
Yeah, he's like,
dude. The comparison of, not the comparison, but the contrast between him and Conor McGregor, the way Conor did Aldo. Yeah. And the way he did Aljo, is crazy.
I seen the video where they had them like both like side to side, and like it was the exact same hit. Bro.
It's just like switch stance. Conor does it with the left, Sean does it with the right.
That's crazy.
But also with that, before Conor and Aldo fought, it shows Conor backstage practicing that step back left. They have it of Sean now practicing the step back right, and it's just it's crazy to like see it.
Yeah.
So it's the exact fucking thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I see it.
Exact.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And I finally, right before we recorded, I finally seen. Did you see at the beginning of the second round where Mark Gardner, who is the referee, was like, "Hey, don't do that, don't do that," and he was talking to somebody outside the cage. Did you catch that?
No, what happened?
He was talking to Sean's coach. Like they had shut the cage and they're about to start round 2. And before they do, Mark's like, "Hey, don't do that, don't do that." And I was like, "Damn, what'd he do? What'd he do?"
Yeah.
Because they said he was talking to Tim. I guess Tim was telling him, "Hey, that Marlon Morales is coming. Get ready. That flying knee's coming." Like he kept talking to Aljamain, and Mark was like, "Yeah, don't do that." I don't think it's in the rules that you can't talk. I don't think it's nowhere in there.
Yeah,
same thing
shouldn't be.
I don't think it is. Same thing with
They do it in boxing.
Who was it? I think it was Conor and Nate. They were like talking a lot of shit the whole time. Or no, it was damn it. Maybe it was Nick and somebody. One of the Diaz was in a fight and they was talking a whole lot. And the ref was like, "Hey, stop talking." And like even Joe Rogan called it out. He was like, he just told him to stop talking. He was like, "Where in the rules does it say they can't talk?"
Yeah, I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
Unless that's something that they just started.
No, I don't think it is.
Because I know in boxing they do that. Like, like, watch out for the overhand right.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, dog, hey, put some pressure on him. Like,
well, see, I get that, but this is the opposite. But even still, I still think it should be allowed. This was him talking to the opponent, telling him, "You better watch out. This is coming." Like,
you see
what I mean? Yeah.
So you can't talk to the fighters like you.
But can you not? Is it in the rules?
Hold on. So now.
See.
Well, I don't think it should be. So when you say don't talk to the fight, so the
Sean's
coach can't talk to
Aljamain. He was telling him not to like harass and talk shit.
Okay.
But how do you control that? When you have the fans chanting, "Fuck you, Aljo," do you stop the fight and go, "Hey y'all, don't do that"? Like, where in the rule book does it say you can't talk? Or I don't know.
I don't think it is.
It just made me wonder because
you got me thinking now too, because I'm like, what?
I don't think it is, but it made me wonder because I caught that in the fight and I was like, what's he talking about? Don't do that.
Yeah.
Because like I seen it's clear. He's like, "Hey, don't do that, don't do that," and he's like. And like they said, like the commentary, John Anik was like, he's talking to Tim Welch, who was Sean's coach. He's like, give him a warning about saying something, and I was like, wow, what'd he say? Like,
I gotta look into that.
You motherfucker, like just talking shit.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out all he was saying is, watch out for that flying knee, like trying to get in Aljo's head, like trying to get him not to shoot. But yeah, I don't think it's in the rules. I don't think it should be either.
I mean, I can see why it would like distract like the fighter.
But that's on the fighter. Don't let it distract you.
Because
that's a whole part of the
fans
game.
too. Because fans can say it too. So it's like if the fans can say it, why can't the coaches say it?
And like, why do you think like one guy would make a big difference when you have an arena of people, talking shit? I don't know. It was just weird.
No, I didn't know that. Did you see where Cause I'm watching, I'm following Sean O'Malley's YouTube page. Do you see like his little funny stuff where like he has like the little, what's like the little trainer guy just like sitting on like the little stool, like the little dummy that you be like, do you be watching it? When he be like, this is how you do like a punch or something. He be like, you gotta. He was like, I'm in the bar. Do you see it? He was like, I'm in the bar, and he was like, you gotta. That's something he's like. He is funny, bro. He be like, I'm in the bar, man. He be like, this is how you do it. He was like, you slap him around like this. He was like, he was like, you take your hat. You see him? He said, you take your hat off and you blind him. He said, you cover his face and blind him, and then you turn back around and you. He was like, slap him.
That's funny as shit.
I was watching that. I was like, dude, he's funny, bro.
I'm trying to find the most recent one where it shows him.
That's why you can see he's a star for sure, bro.
This ain't music, so we won't get flagged on.
Keeping an ass trigger, how do you practice that right hand? And
I think I might have seen this.
I don't know why it cracks me up.
Give the boys a little tip. Pretty simple. Just fucking do that.
I did see this one. He's funny, bro.
But like he does shit like this. There's one where he's like, dude, you throw what's he say? He's like, you throw a left hook.
Yeah.
And at the same time, he's like, one of them's got to land, right?
Yeah.
You know, and like he's demonstrating it.
Yeah. Just imagine him like doing it like in a fight, bro.
That's the whole thing, bro. You have somebody like this who is now the champ, and that pisses people off because they see shit like that and they're like, this fucking clown.
He's playing around.
Yeah, like he ain't even taking shit serious. But then like it's like he's doing it to be funny.
Yeah.
Like I think he could legit do stand up.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know you like was talking about it on the last episode. You looked up the podcast, the Bro Malley and the Timbo Sugar Show.
Yeah, I did.
But if you actually listen to him, like Sean's a funny motherfucker. Like just the shit he says, like
he seemed like he is, like his interviews and stuff that he does. Like he seemed like he's like a funny guy. Like he's funny to like be around, like fun.
What do you think about him and Tank fighting?
I seen something about that too.
Do you think that's a real possibility?
Maybe. Should I think it happened? Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Why? You don't want to see Tank get slept?
I don't want to see Sean get slept, to be honest.
Sean's getting slept.
I don't know, bro.
Tank's good. Tank's really good.
But
think about it. Tank is so short.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have to get on the inside of Sean. I'm not saying he can't because look what he did against Ryan.
Yeah.
Dude, he made Ryan look.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know how that went.
Yeah.
And Ryan was the taller, longer opponent. But Sean's a different fucking, like, I don't know, man. I think Sean's timing, Sean's speed, his accuracy is just, yeah.
I mean, if it does happen, I'm definitely tuning in.
I'm watching it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm watching
I don't know who will win. Like, if I had to pick, because I'm such a boxing fan,
to me,
so if I had to pick, I would.
That goes back to, like, the Dustin Conner second fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though I wanted Conner to win, like, bad.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, to be honest, this is a win-win regardless. Because at the time, like, Dustin was on a good, like, you know, little streak and, like, he's making a good name for himself and he does all his charity shit. And I'm like, you know, he seems like a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing other shit now. Like, people's like, oh, it's all fake and whatnot. But I don't know anything about that. I know what I see.
Yeah.
So it was like, if he does go out there and get his revenge against Conner, I was like, that's cool. Like, I'm not mad at that. Like, look at how, like, happy we was with Izzy and Alex.
Yeah.
To see somebody come back. But I was like, damn, I want Conner to win. I was like, but this is a situation to where, like, whoever wins, it's still a win. Like, even for me. Same thing with Dustin and Justin.
Mm-hmm.
It's a win-win.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get a good fight, and you can't be mad at either winner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I believe that with Tank and O'Malley. If Tank wins,
that's a good point.
Cool. You know, if Sean wins, great. Like, it's a win-win for me because I'm a fan of both.
Yeah.
I don't even watch boxing, but I like Tank. I like people who can keep me like engaged outside of their sport.
For sure.
And
that's I think like that's where the real fans come from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's very, very important to be able to keep the fans engaged. Just like you said, like outside of, you know, the sport. You know, like for example, like Ryan Garcia, he's big because of like his social media presence and his YouTube presence. So he got all of his popularity from that,
Mhm.
and then they just took it. He just so happened to be a boxer, so
Yeah.
all of his fans
See,
tuned
and I
into
actually
his fight.
did. I met him or knew of him first from like the
Mhm.
social media.
So,
It was social media like boxing content, like him doing like the fast, like
mhm,
it was all like that. But then I like got into him as a boxer.
mhm,
I think the same thing could be said with Sean. Sean's like so funny and dumb online,
mhm.
but then people see that and they like think like he don't even take it serious.
Yeah.
And it goes back to like how we were talking about when they show fighters before the fight and they're backstage training.
Mhm.
Bro, look at Chuck Liddell. He's the perfect example. When
Okay.
they would show Chuck Liddell, he would do the dumbest shit.
He would,
He
bro.
would be like
Yeah.
punching like, and
Mhm.
his reasoning was, why am I going to show you
Show
what I'm
you
about
what
to go
I'm.
do?
Mhm.
Just to, like, I got a game plan to go out here and hurt this dude.
Mhm.
If I do it backstage and like if they would have posted Sean on the big screen doing that step back right, I think Aljamain wouldn't have been so.
Try to adjust to it like he's gonna try to do.
He
this
wouldn't have
step back.
lunged the way he did.
Yeah.
He'd have been like, okay, don't lunge. Wait for Sean to kick. Grab a leg, take him down,
Mhm.
choke him out.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Did you see that he gained 75 pounds, bro?
Yeah. You talking about Aljo?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's huge right now.
I was like, what the heck?
No six pack, nothing.
Yeah, bro.
But that's a big. Okay, this is why I think we don't get the Aljamain O'Malley rematch. It's definitely not going to be the next thing.
Mhm.
Because for one, Aljamain is not a 135 person. Like, he walks around at, what is he, 170?
Yeah.
Bro, think about that.
135. They said he gained like close to 70 pounds, like
So
75
that's
pounds.
crazy. So that means he is over 200.
Yeah. I
Or
think
like
when,
right at
well, when I
200.
seen, because he stepped on the scale, and when he stepped on the scale, I think he was around like 175. I had to go back. He was like a 175, 180 or something like that. I was like, what the heck, bro?
Well, see, if he was 175,
Let me
then that
see.
means he gained 40 pounds.
Okay, yeah, my math was off. Let me see, man, because I was just watching it the other day, and like he was eating like freaking pizza, freaking donuts, ice cream, like.
They also, the UFC posted today that the Conor Michael Chandler December is a very good possibility.
I hope he win, bro.
And so we may get that. Bro, could you imagine we have Conor Chandler main event, Sean versus Cheeto?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you're right. So 40 pounds. So he gained 40 pounds since his last fight, bro.
Yeah. See, but that still puts him at 135 for 170.
Yeah.
175. Yeah.
That's freaking crazy, bro.
It's like right after.
Mhm.
His eyes still swelled up. You can't tell he's wearing glasses.
Yeah. They show it like you can tell like he has like his
At the press conference, if you look, bro, that thing was knotted the fuck up. That's the one thing I will say that Sean
had. Peanut butter, ice cream.
Think about it, man. You went so long with eating shitty food, chicken and rice probably. Less. And then you just, oh, that shit looks good. I ain't ate today yet either.
Watch him. He's gonna actually take off his shirt. See?
Yeah, look,
and
no abs, bro.
And then he's gonna step on the scale.
He's kind of got him when he flexes, but yeah, for the most part, no abs. And Aljo is a cut motherfucker. But he's so big for 135. So is Sean though too. But Sean's not like big muscly like Aljo is. Sean's just tall, 5'11", 72-inch reach or some shit. His shirt says Sterling 135.
So is he trying to compete at a bigger weight class?
I think he's gonna go up and try to fight.
See, 5 days from the fight, and he's at.
What's it say? 176 or 5?
Yeah, that's 176. 175.5.
So 40 pounds.
That's crazy.
40 pounds in 5 days. Yeah, crazy, bro. I can't gain 40 pounds in a year. You know, that's crazy. No,
that's hard to do, bro. That means you have to probably eat 5 times a day.
Well, you've seen what he was eating. It's just whatever he wants. That's the big thing.
Yep. Ice cream, cake, peanut butter, pizza, like all freaking pasta.
He made over $1 million. Like, yeah, let him celebrate. Do your thing.
And he's putting on all that weight, but he don't look like you know how most people they be like, oh man, he look like sloppy and like
No.
out of shape. Like
Because that's the thing. He's only 5 days from the fight, so he's still got like the muscles and shit, and like in the shoulders especially.
mm-hmm.
You still got everything you train for. Like you still got that body.
Yeah.
You just you're losing your abs because you're getting bloated in your gut.
Yeah. And then he's probably still gonna be like working out and stuff too.
Oh, yeah,
so he's
for
gonna
sure.
be a solid one. Ooh.
But that's the thing. He even said in the post fight, he was like, "Man, if Sean can do this to me, I can only imagine what Volk's gonna hit me with." So like, I don't think he's gonna try to go up right now. I think he takes at least a year off before fighting anybody. Damn, real quick, we're already what are we on? We're 30 minutes in, bro. We didn't even talk about it. Shout out to Illis Demeanor being the #1 trending artist on live mixtapes yesterday. How did that make you feel?
I was hyped, bro.
Yeah.
I was hyped.
I even had to get on there and I was like, let me look at these live mixtapes.
Yeah, I was hyped. Like, so I got done cooking dinner, getting ready to do my workout. I listen to music. I listen to live mixtapes before I work out. Got my headphones, logged in on live mixtapes. I'm scrolling through. I always scroll on there and see who's dropping. And I happen to scroll, and right there on the trending section, I see my album right there. And I'm like, what the fuck?
How weird is that to see you on the trending?
Yeah, it's.
I told you I even went in and like searched up your name just so it would like kind of add to like. Yeah. Is it still #1 today?
It's not #1 right now. It's not #1. It's no. So my the compilation mixtape that I was on 3 weeks ago. Yeah. That one is on there. Okay. But like I see mines that keep like jumping up back and forth. Like an hour will pass, I'll see my album
right now, real time.
And then like 3 hours will pass, I'll refresh, and then the compilation album will be on there.
What's the compilation one called?
It's
oh, I see. Certified Street Bangers Volume
295. Yeah.
I see it. That's still crazy just to even have that on there.
Yeah, bro. So
okay, so what? Let's go back to. I asked you this. How does the trending work?
Yes.
What determines what's trending? Because right now, I look at the #1 trending, and it's somebody Montana jacking for beats 4.
Okay.
But their score is 3. So how is that the #1 trending if their score is 3?
Yes. So how the score works is if you listen to the mixtape and you hit a thumbs up, the score goes up. Okay. If you hit a thumbs down, the score goes down. Okay. But that doesn't determine the trending. The trending is how many views you get at that certain time frame.
I'm gonna look up a big artist and see what their mixtape score is just to get an idea.
You can actually look right here, bro. I'll show you. You can filter. You can filter so that you can filter between the most views, the highest score. So the highest score of all time is Future's mixtape called Purple Rain.
What's that score?
28,000.
Okay.
So that's the highest. So if you log on, if you have an account.
That seems low even for Future though. So is it people liking it is what making the score go up?
Yes. So the likes and the score are
two. Oh, they didn't give them dislikes. Hold on. How many? 4,000 dislikes?
So the
9
likes,
million views.
Yeah. He has the highest mixtapes. He has the highest viewed and the highest score on live mixtapes of all time.
Damn.
Yes. That's very, very hard to do. And he released
I'm surprised it's Future, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Future is the
highest
He
is the top searched artist. Lil Wayne is second. Lil Wayne is who I thought would be #1.
The lowest score.
Put somebody on blast.
How you pronounce his name? Makeo Corday. He has a mixtape called Tragedy. He has a 9.
But the one we just seen has a 3, and it's the #1 trending.
So the score doesn't dictate the trending.
Okay.
Yeah, trending is the most views that you get at that certain amount of time. So the fans, they can actually click onto that mixtape and they can actually start listening to that mixtape. And then live mixtapes does the algorithms of who's getting the most amount of views and the most plays at that time. The score doesn't determine. So like you can have like your score can be 0.
Yeah.
But if you got like a lot of like views and a lot of streams, you're gonna be trending.
Okay. So log on yesterday. You said you're making dinner. What? About to work out. Or just got done eating dinner. About to go work out. Log on and see you're the number 1 trending. How does it make you feel when you see that? Like, do you wish that you had something like loaded, ready to go?
Yes, I definitely. I don't have anything ready, but when I see that, that definitely makes me regret not having something ready
because you could have been able to capitalize on the number 1 trending. Let me drop something new. So people are obviously looking for your shit, and then boom, brand new Illest Demeanor 3 hours ago. Man.
Yeah.
Have you thought about doing even like, because like we know how like the recording process can go, bro. For one, like you can go in, you can knock out 5 freestyles in a day if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Throw a sloppy hook on there, put some chopped and screwed like type of chorus, you know, something easy.
Yeah.
Just put out a tape like that. Have you like thought about even doing something like that? Just like a real quick like 5-piece?
Yes, I have, but I want it next time I drop, I want it to be like fire. And I feel like if I rush it, you know what I'm saying, it won't live up to the hype.
It goes back to what Sick Goon was saying. Like, don't give them the microwave music. Give them the meal.
And
I do agree with that.
Like, that's the state of mind that I'm in right now. I'm like, man, like I want to next time I want to drop something fire. So then, like, if people that see that I have like the number 1 trending album, and then I drop, they be like, oh, like he killing it. Like he had the number 1 trending album. He like dropped this fire like single, and like, yeah, bro, he killing it. Like I can see why he's trending.
But do you also can you see the negative aspect of like
not being ready?
Not even not being ready, but like the whole like you just said, like, man, I want something fire. Like it has to be like top tier. But then like going a little behind the music, like giving y'all a little insight, like you've also talked about writer's block. Do you feel like the expectations that you're setting on yourself is kind of hindering you from being able to write?
Yes, 100%.
Have you ever tried to not listen to music? That was a big deal for me. I couldn't listen to rap if I'm doing an album. Anytime I went into album mode, I stopped listening to rap.
Okay.
I would listen
I've
to
never tried that before.
Like fucking like Red Hot Chili Peppers, fucking Sublime, like shit, like just anything, not rap. Because for one, I didn't want to subconsciously like use a line from somebody or use like a concept from somebody that has already been done in rap. That's just me. Cause like you hear a dope line, you hold on to like the end bar, and then like you make your own, and then do that. But then you just bit somebody's bar. You know what I mean? So like I never wanted to do that. So anytime I was like in album mode, I was like no rap. Like it wasn't like, oh, like 106 & Park is on, turn that shit off, hurry. Like it's not that strict. It's just like I'm not gonna listen to it like myself all day. Have you ever thought about?
I've never tried that before.
Because it can also intimidate you. Like you hear some hard shit and you're like, oh damn, now I need to do something like that.
Yeah. For me, not necessarily. Like when I'm in album mode, me listening, because it's kind of like the influence. So me listening to it, it actually like helps me, you know. So like certain beats, I'm like, oh, okay, like that beat is hard. Or like certain bars and stuff like that. Not necessarily like biting off of that bar, but it kind of like gives me like energy, like motivation.
I can see that.
I'm like, man, that was hard, bro. That was hard. Like I'm going to the studio tomorrow, bro. And it's like I can create like my own music, but it's like it makes me want to create because I heard like Sick Goon like just drop like, because that's how I shout out to Sick Goon, but that's how I feel like every time he would hit me up and be like, hey, bro, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to the studio tomorrow. I got this track or whatever I want you to jump on. Like, this is the hood.
Shit would motivate you.
Yeah, and then I'd be like, oh, okay.
And it would bring the best out you, not just motivate you, but it's kind of back to that iron sharpens iron.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Yes.
What was it? Oh, listening to your real life tape,
Mhm.
and you had said something about gambling.
Life is a gamble.
Life is a gamble. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that reminds me of something like I've always liked that play off the gamble.
Yeah.
And that's when I sent you that, roll the dice, play for your life.
That was hard,
I can't even remember what
that
it
was hard, bro.
Yeah.
That was hard.
I'm going to go back and find it.
Yeah.
But okay, but I can see to where, like, you get an idea from somebody, and it may not even be an idea, but just something that, like, makes you think, oh, yeah, by the way, I had this. Said, roll the dice, play for your life. That's a hell of a gamble at a high price.
Yeah.
Aim nice, won't think twice. You gonna hold a fold when the stakes high. Like all that shit goes to like just the play off gambling. Yeah. Hold a fold. That's poker. High stakes. Roll the dice. Yeah.
You
high
should
price.
record, bro. I tell you that every time, bro. You should be.
I just did. Matter of fact, while I was sitting here waiting for you, bro, like in real time, I was sending damn near all the beats I sent to you. I sent to Don Poppy.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I think I'm gonna get like into like recording.
I think you should.
Would you ever do a feature? And I sent them like some of the beats, and I was like, here's like some I'm kind of playing around with.
Yeah, you're talented, bro. Like I've told you that before. Like your freestyles is like crazy. You always like sending me beats, and you always like pitching ideas. Like, bro, like this is what I wrote to like this beat, and I'd be like, man, that's hard. Like, I think you should try it.
I have a problem to where, like the freestyle video I sent you, for one, it's cringy to me now looking back, but where I was legit just like sitting by the TV, like that's where the beat is playing, is by the TV, and I got my phone propped up, and I'm just sitting there like just fucking around.
Put the rappers' heads in the trash bag.
Yeah,
He's in the trash
kill all
bag.
these whack ass rap cats till they head off in the trash bag.
He's like, you like how you like repeated it like that second time. I was like, like I'm for real, like I'm sitting there like Taylor was sitting on the couch. She was watching TV, and like I turned it up like loud, and she said, "What the f is you listening to?" And I said, "This is Westlake freestyle." And then like when that part came on, when you were saying like put him in the trash bag, shit, like he gonna put some rappers in the trash bag. And I said, "Yeah." I said that was hard, huh? And she was like, "Why would he do that?" And I was like, "Exactly." I said, "Exactly." I said that's the whole point. But like,
see, I wasn't gonna put the whole rapper in there. I said put the head in the trash bag.
See,
because that. I don't know. I've always liked that.
I said I wouldn't go.
Yeah, that's what I said. I just
I wasn't gonna even put the whole body in the trash can. I was just gonna put
these
the head.
whack ass rap cats throw their head off in the trash bag. But I always liked that last part. Like I've never recorded that. We actually put it on Beast Mode.
Yeah.
Another like behind the scenes of music.
Yeah.
We put that verse. Some of that verse, because the Beast Mode verses were short. I don't know if people know this, but like as an artist, it wasn't even a full 16.
Yeah, I think it was like a 12.
Maybe, yeah. It was a very short verse, so like the 16 that I had didn't fit, and I wish it did because I like that. But I made sure to keep the ending because I like that the way it ends. I like that rhyme pattern, the way I came up with it. I don't care for the job jack they call rap, fuck all that. With a ball bat, tell them fall back. My ball sack so high, trying to figure out where I'm all at. Trying to get my cash jet so fat that I can't see shit past that. Standing in the booth for the gas mask and a hazmat, killing all these whack ass rap cats, throw their head off in a trash bag. And like, I've always wanted that on recording, and I've just never got the right track to put it on.
You can do it, bro.
Yeah, well now I done put it out on here. I doubt I ever like. You know how like when people like give away like bars and shit, you'll never hear it on the song. I can't use it. And bro, that shit's. I'm trying to think of the date on that. I think that was 2016, and that might even be like the date that I reshared it. That might not even be the original post date. So, yeah, that's crazy though.
You good, bro?
To be number one.
Yeah.
On live mixtapes.
I appreciate it, bro. Like I couldn't believe it. Just like I said, I was getting ready to work out. Put my headphones on.
Did you work out after that still?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. But the whole time I'm like, I'm smiling.
Yeah.
I'm like in there like doing push-ups. I'm like, I put the, cause my dumbbells go up to 50 pounds. I put it all the way up to like 50 pounds. I'm sitting there like, I'm like, I'm number one, baby. Yeah. I'm number one. So like, and then I stayed up. So every like couple of hours I'm like refreshing to try to see if I'm like number one, and it was going from like it'll be like number one, then it'll be like number two, and then I start seeing it go like back to number one, and then it went to like number three, and then like around like 3 o'clock like it was back up to number one, and then I fell asleep, and then I woke up this morning and it wasn't on there anymore, and I was like, dang. But like before that, that's what I was texting you, and I was like, man, I'm so hyped. But I was like, let me calm down because I was like, somebody can easily like take that spot.
'cause trends come
They
and
do
go.
change. They do change.
Yeah.
But after that, like, you
But
know,
you got the screenshot of it, bro.
yeah, I
Like,
do.
That's
I got
forever.
I got the screenshot. And this morning, you know, I'm up cooking breakfast and stuff, and around like 11 a.m. this morning, like I seen the compilation like mixtape
Was on
that
there.
was on there, and I had sent out 5 tracks to the DJ Matt Lurk. He's like one of like the biggest like DJs from Texas, and like his mixtapes are always trending on there. Like if you go back and you look at like the top search artists and the top tracks,
Yeah.
like all the artists that's on his mixtapes are always like in the top 5. Like he's like probably right now to date, he's probably the biggest DJ on live mixtapes. But like his songs are always trending. And like he hit me up 3 weeks ago. And he was like, "Hey man, I'm doing another mixtape." He was like, "Certified Street Bangers." He was like, "I release one every week." He was like, "This one is gonna be volume 295." And he was like, "Man, you want to be
That's
a part
crazy
of the
that he's
mixtape?"
all the way up to damn near 300 on a mixtape series.
He started off on Spinrilla. He was doing Dat
Yeah.
Piff. Then he did Spinrilla.
See,
and then
Dat
now he
Piff
switched
was
to-
like the main thing for me.
yeah.
I
Dat Piff.
even had to reach back out to Dat Piff. Like here, after like getting on the live mixtapes, I went to Dat Piff, and it seems like it's not even a website no more.
It's under construction
Is that what it is?
right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I seen where it said like you could still like look it up, and it let me look up all the shit, but it wasn't like
How it
Yeah.
normally is. It's under construction right now.
that's funny. You talking about working out? Where I worked out yesterday, and god damn, like my shoulders is killing me.
Mhm.
It was 100 and I don't know what it was yesterday. Bro, I'm outside carrying the 20-pound dumbbells like all around the block.
Yeah.
Like, and there's at one point where I set them things down. I'm like, damn, I gotta get these back home. I'm like,
Yeah.
try to just like walk home and get the car and like come pick these things up because I was tired.
Mhm.
Even today when my shit's on fire.
Mhm.
And of course, you know, I do like
Getting it in.
the press as I'm walking. Yeah, I stay outside. I try to like all the time.
It's actually better to work out outside. To me, I think.
For me, it's for one, I'm fucking pale as shit, and the summer is the only time I have to kind of get any kind of color. Because in the winter, I just go right back to being pale as shit.
Yeah.
And it's only been here like the last few summers to where I can actually like maintain a tan. I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
I think it was just like staying outside.
Yeah.
Because like before, I would like get tan, I'd sunburn, peel, and go away.
I'm glad I ain't got to deal with that.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to get my little like. And like people look at me, bro, and they'll be like, "Bro, you still white?" And it's like,
You lucky you got sunburn. You kind of red up there.
that might be from like leaning on the table. Nah, that ain't sunburn. But you can see where like the
This
sun
dude,
doesn't
so
go.
all the listeners out here, this dude he's slick trying to show me like his tattoos and his 6-pack.
I got a 6-pack right now. I ain't worked out
bro.
today.
Yeah, bro. So let me show you, bro.
Yeah, I'm 6-pack.
Yeah, bro. I was out there working out. Like, man, I think I got burned right here. Like my skin might be peeling. Look. He's trying to show me.
Dark, bro. I should be looking dirty.
I don't want to see your draws. Nah.
I should go
I
home.
don't want to see your draws
That's
now.
2 different tones of skin, bro. I look like a motherfucking Neapolitan ice cream. So I plan on having a guest. I'm not sure when, because I don't know if she works every Saturday, but I do plan on having she's actually my cousin. Her name is Caitlin Barker.
Okay.
And man, she's a real cool person. Real like, I guess like one of the people who like vibes off energy.
Okay.
And she's like real deep into shit. Not only like is she like a spiritual person like that, loves UFC. Like will sit here and talk fights with us, like hold her own, you know, about fights.
You definitely gotta bring her
I
up
will
here.
bring her on.
That's
Well, she
UFC.
sent me these videos. It's a 3-part series about the whole like Epstein,
Okay.
and like I'm halfway through the first video. Man, it's so much. It talks about like all the symbolism in Hollywood, like the covering of the eye, the like looking through the bead, putting the circle over the eye. It talks about like code words like yummy. So like when Justin Bieber's like she got that yummy, yum, like that's like a pedophile code word. There's symbols that are like for pedophiles, like the triangle within the triangle type, a heart even. some of it, man, is like it does make a lot of sense, but then some of it I feel like is a reach. Cause like the whole like covering of the eye thing, or like the heart, bro. I have a heart tattoo, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and it has nothing to do with anything other than like it was the person's name I was with, and what symbolizes love, a heart.
Mm-hmm.
But like, say if I was to ever get like big and famous, they'd be like, "Oh, he's got the heart. Like, he's got the heart. Like, watch out. You know, he's a pedophile."
Hmm.
It's just some of it's reaching. It's a lot of reaching.
Yeah.
But then there's other stuff that I don't know, man. It goes deep in like the whole conspiracy things. Did you see the whole in Hawaii with like the fires and shit? How they're talking about all the celebrities are painting their rooftops that certain shade of like royal blue.
Mm-mm.
Have you seen that?
No.
So the whole fires in Hawaii, they think it was started with a laser beam. And we do
Okay.
have laser beams that are strong enough to start fires. Like I'm sure you've seen them to where like
I've seen
they
those.
pop balloons and shit with
Yeah.
these lasers, right?
Yeah.
We have lasers strong enough that you could aim it at, you know, some dry grass or wood like material and burn. But I was watching this video and it was showing how lasers react to certain lights, like fabrics. And it was like red, yellow, all these different colors, and it would burn everything but blue.
Yeah.
Even if you go and watch the stories on the fires.
So it burns everything but anything that's the color blue.
Yeah. Something about the color blue doesn't it doesn't like react with the laser the way other colors do.
Interesting.
Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, laser not burning blue. Take this out just so we don't get copyrighted.
Yeah. Blue lasers do not burn blue items.
So see how it's like scorching everything?
Yeah.
But then when it gets to the bro, he's even holding that bitch on there. You see what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, because it's burning the green, the red, and the yellow, but it's not burning the blue.
Nothing. Let's see, like this even goes. Okay, that's what I was just about to talk about right there. So let's make this big. So it's talking about all this shit for the listeners. I'm showing a picture of it looks like a scorched like beach.
Mm-hmm.
The trees are burnt, grass is burnt, but you can see some blue like awning umbrellas that are perfectly fine. Like, how is that?
That's crazy.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's showing where like celebrities are painting their rooftops like this blue, and it's making me wonder like, is this like legit? Like
it's something.
Like
Is something about to happen?
It's not even so much as something about to happen. Is it like, do they know something we don't know? Do they know like the government was going to start these fires for whatever reason? I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know what you would do it for, other than to like just devastate and destroy the fucking community. But like, why? But like, did they get a heads up on it and they're like, oh, well, we know, like, you know, the lasers came from with the blue. We don't want our house to burn, so we'll paint the rooftops blue.
Yeah. So where are the lasers coming from?
It could be like planes flying overhead, beam the laser down. It could be, if you don't want it, something as big as a plane, a drone. I mean, just anything like a hot air balloon, anything in the sky or, you know, high enough to just like how that laser basically was doing over that fabric that I just showed you.
Yeah.
Picture that, but at a higher altitude and just like going across the lane, just burning all kinds of shit.
But is it like, is the light, is it like ricocheting? Like, where's the laser coming from though? Like, is it coming from like the sun? Like this, like, get what I'm trying?
No, it's coming from like a laser. Like it's a
who's
that's the thing. That's what it's like. That's the whole conspiracy. It's like, is it the government? Is it like that's like the big, you know?
That's the question. Like who's doing
why and who?
Yeah.
And it sounds like it's like a government thing. Okay. And then like you just strap that laser to a drone or something little, and you just take off flying and just turn it on, and it just
that's crazy.
Sets fires. Yeah. But like all these people painting their houses blue, because like I even seen a meme before I understood what it was, and it was like, how deep into conspiracies are you? And it was showing a guy painting a roof blue, and I was like, oh, I don't get that. Like, I don't know what that means. And then I fucking like started hearing about this, and I was like, oh, okay.
That's why.
Yeah. I'm about to look up blue rooftops.
That's crazy.
But it's back to like all this. Oh, something else that I seen in the whole Epstein thing. It's like, did you know America is a floating island?
No.
Like you can go underneath America, like by water. I never knew that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. So like it was talking about how like these like billionaires have these yachts that have like submarines on it that can go in and underwater for like up to 10 days, and like how we'll never stop human trafficking because of that. Like, so you can go from like New York to California under America. So like while we're above trying to stop like human trafficking, like in cars and SUVs and fucking 18-wheelers, like they're the big elites are just
going underwater.
Going under. And
I can believe that.
Bro, there's a lot of crazy shit about
the world
in general, but like celebrities and like the fucking like the pedophilia in like Hollywood. Did you see that even Chris Tucker was on the plane with Epstein?
No, bro, I'm like lost in all of this stuff. Like everything you're telling me right now is like new to me.
Chris Tucker, he flown with Epstein, and I think it was Kevin Spacey, which I don't know if you know.
I know who Kevin Spacey is.
So Kevin Spacey,
the actor.
Yeah, and he just got exposed for like, for one, being a gay man, and for two, like liking younger men.
Okay.
And then for them to be on like the plane going to like the Epstein Island, or no, they went to like Africa. I think it was like he took them somewhere in Africa, and it's just like,
what you think? What made you? What were you thinking when you saw that?
For one, I hated to see Chris Tucker involved in any of it.
Chris Tucker, my boy.
I love Chris Tucker, bro.
Yeah, bro,
you know, like there's so many people involved in it, and I haven't even made it all the way through. I'm only on video 1, and it's already like I already knew about like the Clintons, you know, and they're talking about like eating people and shit too. We talked about this on the episode where the dude was taking, I think it's called adrenochrome. That's what the actual word is, that you take from like a young person's blood and put it into like an older person.
Yes. Yeah.
And it like reverses aging basically.
Yeah.
And like there's a whole lot of references in Hollywood to like adrenochrome.
Okay.
It's just, I don't know, man. It makes my head hurt trying to understand like all the conspiracies.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. It's so much to explain to have to like talk through without people understanding what like I'm talking about and seeing the actual videos. Let me see if I can find what the video's called. And when she sent it to me, I thought it was going to be like a YouTube video, but when you click it, it actually takes you to Rumble, which I guess Rumble is a little more like edgier than YouTube. So if you go to Rumble and you type in just the tip of the iceberg 1, we never knew we knew. Can you fact check a nightmare? Epstein and cronies, so much worse than told. And it's by Free Your Mind Documentaries. And it is insane. Like I said, I'm only on video 1, but man, it is like blowing my fucking mind. I never got on Rumble before either. I never knew what Rumble was. But I guess it's just like a more, I don't know what you want to say, like a more open YouTube. Because like it does show like nudity and stuff.
Oh, okay, I'm on there. I see it.
Did you actually find like the documentary thing?
Well, I'm on Rumble.
Okay.
Let me see.
This is what it looks like if you look up that. Like I said, that's part 1.
Yeah, you put me on something new right now.
Bro, I'm telling you, like, then this can potentially like fuck up your day. I'm telling you. So like, be cautious going into this, because even when she sent it to me before I opened it, she was like, "I apologize in advance." Yeah. See, so it's 2. Yeah, so that's the first one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out.
Bro, just watch some of that and tell me what you think. Like I said, there is parts that I think is reaching, like the whole covering of the eye or like face, like that's kind of reaching. Like I posted pictures where I had my hand over my face type shit. Like I said, I'm not in no fucking Illuminati.
Yeah, I've seen people like, more am I? But I've seen like album covers, like books, like pictures of people like doing this and stuff, or they got like a patch over there. Slick Rick.
Well, I think he's blind in one eye.
Oh, okay, duh.
Same thing with like Fetty Wap.
Okay, so that's something different then.
But I mean, it's not though, because I even have Fetty in one of the pictures. Like he's doing it. He's covering like his good eye, and like it has his like fucked up eye, like So it's, I don't know, man. I don't know what to think. I don't know how to feel. I don't know what to believe. So I want to get through all the videos, through all 3, and then I want to bring Caitlin on, and I want to talk to her about it. Because like I said, man, she's younger than me, but like mind wise, she's very conscious, very open minded, and she goes deep into shit like this. And she's constantly questioning things. Like she's just a fucking cool person all around. But yeah, I really want to get her take on this.
Okay, yeah.
Because
bring her on, bro.
That's insane. Trying to see what else I had. We're always talking about Sean O'Malley. Just to jump back real quick.
Yeah.
I actually had your training thing later. I was going to talk about it, but we had to talk about that top of the episode. Sean O'Malley's next opponent, do you think it's Cheeto?
Gotta be Cheeto. It has to be.
Okay.
Yeah. He's the only person that beat Sean O'Malley.
Mm-hmm.
You remember in the fight, like the only reason why he lost is because he hurt his foot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It can be. I don't want to take away from Cheeto, bro, because I like Cheeto.
Yeah, because Cheeto did, he won by what, TKO punches?
Yeah, well, elbows.
Elbows, okay. See, so you got to run it back. It's just like the story of with Alex and Izzy.
Yeah.
Like.
Speaking of your boy Izzy, man, you think he's going to walk through Sean the way he's talking?
Man.
He says it's going to be easy, and I hate when they say shit like that because that's usually...
That's my boy, so I'm going to back him up on anything he say. Like, I'm rooting for Izzy. Like, if Izzy come out and he like, man, I can beat John Bones Jones, I'm going to be like, hell yeah, bro. Like, that's... I'm
going to be like,
that's what I'm talking about, bro.
Smoking
that's what I'm talking about, bro. You going to get your ass beat, but I'm still riding for you, bro.
Well, it's like GSP versus... Matt Serra or Matt Hughes, one of the Matts.
Yeah.
He thought they were going to be easy. And he was like, he was thinking the next fight. He was like, well, I'm just going to walk through this guy. And like the next fight's going to be this guy.
Yeah.
And then he came out and got beat. So like, that's why I kind of don't like Izzy being like,
Sean Strickland.
Okay, fuck Sean. I can't wait to get to Dracus Duplessis. Like, I can't wait to get to him.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, like, I hear what you're saying, bro. Like, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Sean striking ain't up there with you. Like, he can't kick. Like, look what Alex did to Sean.
Yeah. So, I mean, in UFC, not even just UFC, like fighting, period, you can't take any fighter for granted.
No.
Because it just take one hit.
It's that puncher's chance.
Yeah, or not even just a hit. Like, if they take you to the ground and they get you in a choke, you know what I mean? So, or anything, an arm bar, anything, like, it's over. So...
That's one area that I'm not worried about with Sean Strickland is him getting a submission on Izzy.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, who knows?
You never know, bro.
Like, let's say Izzy throws a kick, slips. Like Sean did it in the Aljamain fight.
Mm-hmm.
Went to kick him in the fucking second round, fell on his ass, and Aljo rushed him. And I was like, "Fuck, no! This is what you like couldn't do."
See, so that's one thing I like about UFC over, because I'm a huge boxing fan. But I love UFC too. But that's one thing that I like over boxing is that UFC is unpredictable. Like, anything can happen, bro.
Right.
Like, it's just like how you said, like, you could throw a kick, slip, run over there, and hit them. You know what I mean? So with boxing, you kind of like, oh, okay, like, all they using is just their fists. So, you know what I mean? Like, who's ever like the most conditioned, whoever come that's like more mentally prepared, like kind of like the Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford.
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna use that as an example. Like, everybody was trying to say that like Earl was like the best fighter. You know, he had all the belts, he was the most ready. But then they were saying that like Terrence Crawford, like, you know, if you watch out for his he can hit him with like combinations. But everybody was like, no, Earl Spence is gonna like adjust to that. Like,
he didn't.
You know, because see, and then Earl Spence got his ass kicked. So it's like, I don't know.
Okay.
Say, well, Ryan.
Yeah,
Sorry, cut you off. I know you about
yeah.
to go with something else. Well, Ryan, remember? Me and you was going back and forth. You was like, Ryan, bro, like he got that fast, like right hand.
Mhm.
Like, you know, he gonna catch Tank with the fast right hand, bro. Like, and then
Do you think that has to do with the weight clause though too? You think if Ryan wouldn't have signed that, you think it would have been any different? No.
no,
You think we'd have seen the same outcome?
yeah, Gervonta's too strong. Like he's stronger for his weight class. Like if he's too big for 130. Because
Okay.
if he's at 130, his power is almost as if he's fighting at like 147
Yeah.
or 154 because he has so much power.
What's the highest you think he could fight at?
I'll probably say 147 because I think he walks
So that's
around.
not even like
He walks.
big.
I think he's fighting at 130, 135. But I think like he walks around like that 140 range. Usually that's what athletes do. Like they usually their walk around rate is usually walk around weight is usually around like 10 or 15 pounds higher. Yeah.
I think Sean give Tank a good run for his money. Because I think Sean will manage distance so much better. That's how he fights, bro. Sean is not a
close
clinch
type guy.
game, like phone booth type of fighter. Sean is
Keeps him at
keep
it.
you on the fucking the outside,
Mhm.
and then when I'm ready, when I want to
Mhm.
close the distance.
Yeah.
I mean, and his feints, bro, they're like unmatched. Not only that, but his footwork. Like that's what Aljamain said. Like I couldn't get like the footwork. Yeah.
Like, I can tell he be moving, boy.
Yeah, it's like he's playing like football.
Yeah,
and he's
bro.
trying to juke.
And then he moves his feet and
They
stuff.
could try to clown me for that. Matter of fact, in high school, one time I got into a fight with this dude who was bigger than me. I ain't gonna say his name or nothing, but like, and he's not bigger than me today. I actually seen him like years later.
Yeah.
Like a few years ago, I took my daughter to Oklahoma City for like her birthday to go to the mall, and I seen him in there. I'm like, oh, he ain't as big as like he was back in the day. Like, this just lets me know I kept growing. Like, I'm still short, but like I kept growing after that.
Yeah.
But same thing, like him being so much bigger than me, bro. I'm not just gonna stand there and like phone booth box you. There's no way I can. For one, if you grab me, because like it was a fight, like nothing was like off limits. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
So like we didn't just agree like, hey, we're only gonna punch. Like we're not gonna grab each other. Nah, he's gonna try to grab me, bro. Especially once he sees like I'm quick and fast. Like he's gonna want to stop that. And I was doing that shit. So like he's trying to like walk up on me. And I'm like left to right, left to right.
Yeah.
And then I let him come in, and I and then
back
right
up.
back to left to right.
Yeah.
And even the cop, because you got a resource officer. Like when he pulled up, he was like, "I seen how you was moving." He was like, "That's pretty good." He said, "Most kids just stand and like swing crazy." He's like, "You got some good movement." Like he was complimenting like my footwork.
I would even take you to jail. I ain't gonna say nothing to you. I'm taking you to jail.
Yeah, no, I think I got like in school suspension or some shit. What do you think about the whole? There's this argument about Khabib being like the GOAT, but also not getting like. I think how to word it. Let me go look at this post that I was looking at. He's the most overrated UFC award winner, and it says longest reign with the fewest defenses, 1,077 days. Most padded record fake fights before the UFC, he had 13. Total amount of title defenses in his career, he had 3. Times almost died making weight cut, 21.
Okay.
Ducked fight with Prime Tony, which is Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, Tony Ferguson.
He has 3. So like people are shitting on Khabib, and everybody like in the comments is like, these are like this must be a Conor fan, and it's like like we talked about this before. Being undefeated doesn't necessarily make you the GOAT.
True.
It could just mean you didn't fight the right people.
Yeah.
Or you didn't fight the best people.
Yeah.
Or you didn't fight the right people at the right time.
Yeah.
Like Tony.
Yeah.
Bro, there's a reason Khabib didn't fight Tony. You know what I mean?
Tony's a bad mother.
Especially back in the day when Khabib was the champ. Or not even the champ, but when he was coming up to be the champ.
Yeah.
Tony Ferguson back then was not Tony Ferguson of today.
Right.
Tony Ferguson was a monster back then. Bro, they called him the Darce Knight. The whole play on the back, man, the Dark Knight, the Darce Knight. This motherfucker was known
for putting people in the dark.
catching them. And like you was done for.
Yeah.
And not only that, but
he had a win streak going for a while too.
Not only that, but Tony didn't tap back in the day. Bro, you go back and watch. I can't remember who he was fighting. I wish I could. So people could go back and look it up. But you can just go look it up. Just type in Tony Ferguson nasty armbar, and this dude has his arm. And I'm talking about you have to like believe something's torn or something broke, fractured. Tony doesn't tap and gets out of it. Like Tony's a bad motherfucker. Was. I mean, he still is, but definitely was.
Yeah.
And he was known for them elbows.
Yeah.
Like
he still throws them. He still throws them, bro.
Back in the day, bro, like you knew if you was fighting Tony Ferguson, you was getting cut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like I'm so surprised in the Diaz fight because you know how easy it is for Nate to bleed.
Yeah.
Going against Tony Ferguson, I was like, oh well, this is gonna get stopped due to fucking cut, like for sure. And then Nate not being the one bleeding, but Tony being the one bleeding. It just shows how much he's deteriorated.
Yeah.
But like people,
you're just getting older in age, man.
For sure. And it's a lot. But people are giving me shit. So this dude commented. He said, "Y'all talk trash about this man as if he wouldn't have won his next 5 fights in a row if he hadn't retired so soon. I'm not a Khabib fan at all, but this man was dominant, and he's the Hall of Fame for a reason. MMA fans have no respect for what these fighters do. Pretty wild." I'll give him half his statement is correct. People don't give fighters respect. Like, look at Sean O'Malley. We was just talking about it. They give him shit because he jokes.
Yeah.
They don't see how disciplined he is with his diet. They don't see his strict training. They don't see, like the mental, like fortitude he has. They don't see when he walks out, he is eyes closed, meditative.
Yeah.
When he's in the ring, same thing, eyes closed, meditative. When they're calling his name, knowing he just won the championship, he does crack a little smile, but for the most part, he's just sitting there. Just managing his breath work.
I'll call them what you call them, casuals. That's what you always say fans, that. Yeah, you'd be like, you didn't know about that? You a casual. Yeah. Yeah, so.
Like, okay, so to this dude's comment, and I was kind of trolling, but there's a little, like, behind every, like, thing I say trolling, there's, like, a hint of truth. And I just commented and I said, Volk would have beat him. And, like, everybody laughed at it. Like I said, it was trolling in a way, but I'm also like...
You're being serious, too.
I think he would have.
Yeah.
I think he had a chance.
Yeah, because for me, I don't really like Khabib's his fighting style. Like, to me, I think every time I watch his fights, like, it's kind of boring to me. Like, he is good.
No, it's boring as fuck. And that's why people, for one...
That's probably why they giving him
That's crap. A whole lot of why they hate him.
He's not real, like, flashy.
No. He's
like in his interviews, like his press conferences, he don't really say too much. He don't really talk. Yeah.
It goes back to like his religion though too. He is very it is respectful, but man, respect doesn't always sell fights.
Exactly. So that's probably why fans are kind of like, oh man, they give him too much praise. Like he's not the GOAT. You know what I mean? But I mean, you can't deny his talent. Like there ain't too many people that can beat him.
I think you can question his record though. Does he have good fights? Yes. But you can say that with anybody. Legit, anybody in the UFC is gonna have 1, 2, 3 like great people that they fought.
Yeah. Well, let's pull it up real quick.
I can tell you his best fights the best fighters he's fought.
Okay.
Edson Barbosa.
All right.
Michael Johnson. Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Justin Gaethje. Dustin Poirier are Khabib's best opponents.
Okay. Did he fight anybody else other than that?
Oh, he's fought tons of people, but just when we're talking about like high stakes.
So he's 29-0. His last fight, he beat Justin Gaethje. That was October the 24th, 2020. It was a triangle choke in the second round.
Yep.
The fight before that, a rear naked choke. Yeah, it was Poirier. That was in September 2019. Then he beat Conor. He got a neck crank. Al LaQuinta.
Yep.
Edson Barbosa. Yep. Yeah, just you already said Michael Johnson. Who was this? Daryl Porcher.
For sure. And that's the thing. When you gotta ask, who is this?
Yeah.
Like,
so
now Rafael dos Santos, I'll give him that. RDA,
okay.
good fighter, but Pat Healy, like all these other ones, like they're nobodies, bro.
They're nobodies, but once he started fighting, it looks like Michael Johnson.
Yeah.
That's when he started getting like.
And Michael even had like good moments in the fight.
Yeah.
But if you look, bro, he has.
I know who Michael Johnson is.
Yeah.
I like him.
He has forward. Well, he won the belt by beating Alaquenta, and then he defended it 3 times, and that was it. If you think about that, bro, that's as many times as that would have been the record in the bantamweight.
Yeah, because Aljo defeated his 3 times, and if he would have beat Sugar Sean, that would have been a record.
Yep.
So
I just let you know, bro. That's what I'm telling you. Bantamweight is stacked. It's my favorite. For one, like, don't get me wrong, heavyweight's fun to watch, but you're not gonna get like, you will get the knockouts, but you're not gonna get like fast, like I'm not saying heavyweight can't be fast, but like these lighter dudes are gonna have all the footwork. You're gonna get more of the flashy shit. Look at Sean, bro, spinning heel kicks, question mark kicks. You're gonna get that more out of lighter fighters.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I just think it's Now, I think if you go too little, it's less exciting because I don't like strawweight, like the Brandon Moreno's. Who's the champion now? Pantera or something. I can't even think of the dude's name. But like, I don't even keep up with that. You had Brian Moreno and you had Davison Figueiredo was like your stars.
Okay.
So I don't like the little class. But
so anything from bantamweight down. So bantamweight down.
There's bantam, there's straw, and that's it.
Okay.
Or not straw. What is it? It's
flyweight. Yeah. Because I think they're like what 110, 115, something like that.
They're 125.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna look at weight classes.
But yeah. But going back to Khabib, like, I mean, Conor was at the top of his game.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't?
No.
No? Oh yeah, because he lost.
He was drinking and everything. And I'm not saying no. Okay, let me rephrase. It's not that he wasn't at the top of his game. It's that he was not training properly.
Okay.
He was at the press conferences taking shots of whiskey.
That's Conor.
No fighter.
Does
that.
Yeah, that's Conor.
Conor in his prime would not have done that.
Yeah.
Because he would have understood, like, I can't take all of this sugar. Yeah. Like, for one, like.
Was that after the Floyd fight? So did he see?
Yeah.
So because you can blame that. You can put it on that. Like after the Floyd Mayweather fight, and he got what 40 million, 50 million, or however much he got.
It was like 100.
Yeah. See, he stopped taking everything serious, bro. He was like,
I think he just thought he was going to walk through.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the lowest men's weight is flyweight 125, bantamweight 135, featherweight 145, lightweight 155, welter 170, middle 185, light heavy 205, and then heavy is 265.
Let me see here.
We don't even have a light heavyweight champion at the moment, which is crazy. I think they do Alex Ferreira versus Yuri Prochazka. I think that fight will be fucking amazing because Yuri is so good.
Hold on, let's go back to this. I'm gonna pivot off of what you said. Like you said that Conor wasn't at the top of his game. I think he was because I'm looking at his resume right there. Like he beat Aldo, got the title, turned around and even though he lost to Nate Diaz, turned back around, did a rematch, beat Nate Diaz. Then he turned back around and beat Eddie Alvarez. Then he lost to Khabib. But like I think like right there, like around that time when he had beat Aldo, like.
But look how much time was between Eddie to Khabib.
Let's see. So Eddie, he fought him in November 2016.
Yep.
And then he took 2 years off.
Yeah.
And fought Khabib and lost. Got it by neck crank.
Yep.
Yep. And then he took another 2 years off.
Came back and beat Donald.
Yeah, came back and beat Donald. Then the next following
Took a year off.
took a year off.
Dustin.
Poirier, yeah. And then that same year he came in, lost to Poirier again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think probably mentally he wasn't
like that's what I'm saying.
Like
I'm not saying he wasn't good,
off, yeah.
But yeah, bro, you went from your last
being
fight being double champ.
Yeah.
Because
yeah, okay, I get what you're saying. I agree now because if you go back down and start looking at it, he was fighting like 2 or 3 times a year.
Yeah.
So it was like June 2012, December 2012, then April 13th, 2013, then August 2013, and then July 14, September 14, January. So yeah, so if you look at it, he was fighting 2 times a year
at least.
Yeah.
Because starting when he first got into the UFC, we had 2 fights in 2013.
Yeah.
2 fights in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
3 fights in 2015.
Yeah.
3 fights in 2016, and then boom, 2-year break.
2-year break, yeah.
And that's what I mean
then
by
lost.
that's
then
where
took
he
another
fucked
2
up.
years, and he came back and lost again.
That's where I think he fucked up.
Yeah.
Because bro, when Conor was on his run, he was unstoppable. Like I'm sure you just went back and watched the Max fight, just like I did.
I did.
Like
I did.
And he dominated. Again, though, he didn't knock Max out. He didn't drop Max. But bro, Conor. Did you see he actually like took Max down in that fight?
Yes.
A couple times.
Yeah, and you normally don't see that from Conor. Yeah.
Took him down, got side control, like did his thing. That shit was wild. Izzy is about to come out with the movie.
Okay, Izzy.
Yep.
Izzy coming out with the movie?
He's about to come out with I think it's just called Stylebender.
Is it like a documentary?
Yep.
I'm watching it.
Oh yes, and man, it looks amazing. Like just from what I've seen, looks amazing.
Man.
September 28th. And I don't know if it's going to come out on YouTube or what, but it looks so good.
I'm definitely watching it.
I wish it documented up to like the Alex Pereira fight.
Okay, I see it. Stylebender.
Yeah. But I think the time of the documentary, I think it's when he's going to fight Robert Whitaker.
Okay.
Like I think that's when it's up to. But like it shows so much like raw footage, like him dancing and like all that behind the scenes type shit.
Man, I like to see him when like he starts all the way from the beginning because he was a kickboxer right before he was in the UFC. I want to see that because I didn't become a fan until like around that time when he fought Robert Whitaker. Yeah, and then their own is when I started being like, oh yeah, he bad, bro. Like, so
see, I'm trying to think. The first fight of Izzy that I remember like being like, I'm excited to watch. I think was the Derek Brunson fight. Because Derek talks so much. That's when Derek was saying, like, he's too skinny. Look at him. He's too skinny. And that's when after the fight, Izzy was like, I'm too skinny. I'm too little. And he fucking manhandled Brunson. I don't know if you remember that fight, but like...
I don't remember that.
Bro, Brunson's like... Almost like Anderson Silva and, who was that? Foster. Fuck. You know what I'm talking about? The white dude, Forrest Griffin.
Yes.
Forrest Griffin.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah.
When like Forrest is like
years,
this,
bro.
Yeah. And like Anderson's just like, bing, and dude just drops. That's basically like how Izzy made Derek Brunson look. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
After all that shit.
Man, all that talking, bro.
Brunson is good though too. Like that was the whole thing. Like I was kind of like, damn, like. Is Brunson gonna come out and make this dude look foolish? Because at the time, like I knew Izzy was good. I didn't know how good. Oh yeah, beat Paulo Costa.
Man,
I mean that shit look easy.
Yeah.
Like
easy. Okay. No, hold on. Yeah, okay, Robert Whitaker. Yeah, that was when I first became a fan because I remember he beat Anderson Silva.
Yep.
But I was seeing highlights and I was like, who's this guy to beat Anderson Silva? But then the Robert Whitaker fight is when I actually like started like really watching him, and I was like, yeah,
the first fight, right?
Yes. And I was like, oh, okay.
That's when that's when he became champ. See, I think his championship fight was against Kelvin because that fight was so fucking good. Kelvin Gastelum.
Okay.
That was a war, dude. Like
He won the UFC middleweight
That was a fucking
championship.
war. Here's him finishing Brunson though. And look, he's just like, yeah, motherfucker, like, this is when, like, I got hip to Izzy.
Doing a little dance.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yep. Yeah, matter of fact, while we're going back and looking at everybody's record, let's look up Izzy's record. I want to see.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking
You
at
got it
right
pulled
now.
up?
Mm-hmm.
Who's
Yep,
he
he
got?
has
Who was
2
his
losses.
first fight in the UFC?
First fight, James Griffiths. I think that's how you pronounce the last name.
That's his first fight?
Mm-hmm. He won by TKO punches in the Supremacy Fighting Championship.
Oh, I'm talking about UFC. I just want to see what his UFC one is. So, Rob Wilkinson, February 10th, 2018.
February 10th.
Marvin Victori, Brad Tavares, Derek Brunson. Okay, so damn, look, if you want to be honest, bro, you wasn't like, you was right behind me. Because I didn't know, I don't know why I think when he fought Anderson, I believe he was already champion at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Izzy has been champion for so long.
Yeah.
God damn. Bro, so Derek Brunson beat him. Anderson Silva beat him. That was a unanimous decision. And then after that, Kelvin Gastelum. And it has it for the belt, but that was just for the interim belt.
Mm-hmm.
So that really wasn't like the belt. Then after that, Robert Whitaker, Yoel Romero. I mean, here's the thing too with Yoel, bro. Yoel he didn't go on a win streak. Yeah.
Bro, I'm surprised he beat him.
He called him out. He's the only reason Yoel got a title shot.
Yeah.
It's because everybody was like, oh, you're lucky, like Yoel, like, ain't been like on a win streak or whatnot, because he destroyed, and he was like, oh yeah, bring Yoel up. And then it was like, you really want Romero? And he was like, yeah. Izzy made that happen. Yoel didn't like work for that. Izzy put him in that spot. And then when Yoel got in there, he fucking froze. And I don't mean that like hypothetically or like metaphorically. Yeah. He literally froze. He didn't move. And Izzy was just standing there like, dude, I'm the champ. You have to come take this shit.
Didn't we go and watch that fight?
We watched a lot of Izzy fights.
I want to say we watched that fight because I think we was like, man, this was kind of boring.
It was boring.
Yeah, I think we seen that fight.
It was boring. The Polygon was good. Lost against Jan Blachowicz, which that was a weight class up. Beat Victori for a second time. Whitaker for a second time. Jerry Cannonier lost to Alex, beat Alex. Yeah. And then we got Izzy versus Sean Strickland.
Yeah, bro.
I'm really hoping Izzy comes out and dominates. And, like, dude, Sean is such a hater. He just started a podcast. It's called The Man Dance with it's not Curtis Blades. What's his name? I think it's Chris Curtis is his name. It's one of his training partners. Yeah. And, man, Sean just hates on, like, anybody who is not just, like, what he considers a man, like, air quotations. Like, Sean O'Malley, he hates him. He's like, this is everything wrong with, like, people look up to this fucking dude. He's got the dumb tattoos. He's dyeing his hair. Yeah. Like, he hates on Izzy because Izzy, like, had his nails done. Like, bro, this idea of, like, you can't be a man if you don't, like, do these things. Or if you do this makes you not a man. Like, we got to stop this shit. It's so foolish. Yeah. Like,
give me an example.
Like,
just throw an example.
Being clean. Like taking a fucking bath, smelling good, getting your hair done.
Men can't.
According to Sean Strickland, no.
Men can't
wearing
take
a
baths.
necklace. Sean says is gay. His words, not mine. Don't cancel us, because Sean says
just a chain.
Just a chain
in general.
Yeah. Because he made fun of this dude because he had on like this little thin chain, so the dude brought him a big Cuban links. Yeah. And like Sean almost put it on, and like when he unsnaps it, he like puts it. And he's like, "Nah, this is too gay. I can't do this." Like, what? It makes to me, and like, I don't want to get killed by Sean Strickland because he's this crazy motherfucker.
Oh, bro. Yeah, he gonna follow you. He gonna come and find you.
Bro, Sean's all about this. Like, I don't know if you've seen his videos, but like road rage and shit, like he tries to fight everybody. because he's like, and when he did the Joe Rogan Experience, he said multiple times like, "I want to kill somebody," and Joe was like, "You really don't want to," and he was like, "No, I really do. I think it would make me feel like really good. I think it would feel real good to kill somebody." And Joe's like, "Yeah," and Joe's like, "Sean, like, stop, man."
Yeah.
Which makes me surprised that the UFC is giving him a title shot. Like, y'all want this dude as the champion? Talking about killing folks.
Izzy got to beat him for that, man.
Oh, I hope Izzy does. Like, and that's the whole thing. Him talking shit about Izzy because Izzy had his nails painted watching anime.
Mm-hmm.
That makes
that's
him
what he
not
does.
a man.
Yeah. Nah, bro.
All of that, like, unless you just, I don't know what the fuck Sean does throughout his day. Unless you wake up, shoot guns, fuck your sister, live in a trailer, like, you're not a man. I don't know what the fuck he considers a man, but hate Sean O'Malley.
That's crazy that you said that, bro, because all that stuff you said, I can see, like, people that, like, live in the middle of nowhere or whatever, like, they say that, like, if you ain't out here, like, hunting for your food, like, you know what I mean? Like, living in the trailer, but you're not a man.
Yeah.
Like, everything is given to you. Like,
look at your kids with your fucking, you got your nice clean shoes on, like, you ain't got dirty boots.
Because where I work, like, a guy actually came in there and made a comment. Like, he brought his kid in. You know, you got to, like, greet him and stuff at the door or whatever. Like, hello, welcome in. Like, what can I do for you? Like, he was, like, giving his son crap. He was like, man, he coming in here. Like, I don't know why he brought me here. He needs to be outside. Like, instead of, like, sitting around, like, playing a video game all the time. He need to be out there, like, hunting or fishing or something like that. And I was just like, but like he's like drilling them, like while the kid is in there, and then the kid didn't even want to buy nothing after that. Like he was just like, he was like, I'll just go.
Think about it, bro.
And I was like,
you
sure? And he was like, because I was asking him, I was like, what are you in here for? And he was going looking in the section. I was like, you like Pokemon cards? And then like his dad was like, he don't even know what that is. And then I was like, and then the kid was just like, put the Pokemon cards back. Then he was over there about like the action figures and stuff or whatever. He picked one up. I was like, yeah, that's a top seller. And then he was like, yeah, he's gonna break it in a day. He's just gonna play with it. He's gonna look at it. I'm gonna buy it. He's gonna look at it. He's gonna throw it in the trash like the next day. And I was
that sounds like a shitty parent to me.
I was like, damn, bro.
Okay, touching on shitty parents, what do you think about? Because I just seen this post, bro, and I commented on it. It was a post saying that like letting kids not quit something that they started is a good thing. What do you think about that? I'm trying to find the actual post to see if I can see how it's exactly worded. But it was basically saying, like, say if your kid, like, signs up for basketball and then they don't like it, it's like, well, you're not quitting because you signed up for it. And, like, somebody had commented on there and he was like, yeah, my daughter has played baseball for 2 years. She didn't want to play this year. And I told her, too damn bad. You're done invested and you're going to play. What's your take on that?
I mean, I feel like if the kid wants to quit, first I would say, what's the reason you want to quit? So if I was the parent and I had a kid and he played baseball, he did it for 2 years, decided to quit, I would say, why you want to quit?
Okay. And what if it was just like, I don't find it fun no more yet.
I'm like, all right, cool. Because you're not gonna give it your all anyway if you don't find it fun anymore. So why play if you're not gonna take it serious?
Okay, so
and I'm not gonna give them crap about it. I'll just be like, okay, you don't want to play anymore.
Yeah. So here's the post. The post says unpopular opinion: letting your child quit an activity they committed to is not an act of love. And here was my exact comment back. I said, they say winners never quit. That's complete bullshit. Winners try all kinds of things before they find what they are truly great at.
Yeah.
It's okay to quit something that's no longer bringing joy to your life.
Right.
Life is way too short to keep doing something that makes you miserable just because you wanted to do it at one point in the past.
Okay, let me give you a good example. Okay. Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan retired. He's the greatest player of all time. He retired after his dad died. He retired, went to go play baseball because he said, like, when he was a kid, his dad actually wanted him to play baseball. He actually liked baseball before he liked basketball. And he quit. Came back. He said at the press conference, he was like, I don't know, just right now I'm in a place like my dad passed away.
So
and he was
I feel like I have to.
Yeah, I feel like I have to. He was like, kind of like I'm losing the love for the game.
But think about that, bro. The greatest basketball player in the world, if he would have listened to his dad and did what his dad wanted him to do, he would have been a mediocre baseball player
Mhm.
versus the fucking GOAT.
GOAT of basketball. Yeah, see, so
this dude said this.
I would go on there and I would comment about that. I'd be like, well, what about Michael Jordan? He's the
And that's
greatest
why I
of all
said
time, and
winners
he actually
quit.
left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe winners do quit. When I hate that saying, winners never quit. No,
Yeah.
winners quit all the time until they find the thing that they're great at.
Mm-hmm.
Because like let's say right now, let's say I go try like ballet
Mhm.
and I'm not great at it. But then like I try art and I'm great at it. Like if I would have stuck to ballet, like I would have been like not pursuing the thing. Like I really should,
Yeah.
just
I
like
get what you're saying.
the best example is Michael Jordan. And I
Yeah.
love that example. If
Yeah.
Michael Jordan would have done what somebody else wanted him to do versus what he was great at,
Mhm.
we would not have Michael
Michael
Jordan,
Jordan.
the GOAT basketball player.
Mm-hmm. And he knew he was when he went to baseball, he was a mediocre baseball player.
Very
but,
mediocre.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, well, this dude that commented, he said, he was agreeing with the post. He said, absolutely. Like, my daughter chose to play softball 2 years ago,
Mhm.
and she wants to not do it this year. And I told her that was too bad. We were invested in it, and she was going to follow through, and she would thank me someday for not letting her quit. To which I responded, or she'll resent you for forcing her to do something she already did for 2 years. That's basically like telling her she can't divorce a piece of shit husband because she is invested in him already. I think that's the mind frame you're putting in, not just girls, but boys too.
Yeah.
Like this idea that we cannot change our mind and you cannot stop liking something just because he just said she did it for 2 years. It's not like she signed up for a month and gave up.
Yeah.
Which even then I don't care. Like to me, if my daughter signed up for something, especially something new, let's say softball, and they're like, that looks fun, let me try it. And then they get out there and they're like, it's not fun, it's boring, I'm not good at it, and like I'm not having fun. And they want to quit and they're like, I really want to do soccer, I like soccer. Why would I be like, no, you're doing this thing that makes you unhappy? Bro, we have too much shit in this world that already makes kids unhappy, already fucks with them. Like the dad you was talking about. I do agree children should go outside.
Yeah.
I was reading something that said like people as a family should camp at least once a week. That don't mean like go to the woods and camp. They're talking like just take a tent in your backyard and sleep outside. And they were talking about like the benefits
Bonding
of it and
stuff.
like you got the bonding for one, but
Yeah.
like just the not getting acclimated to like AC and like TV and phones, just like cutting all that off for one day and just being outside is like so good for you, like mentally and like yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
So like I don't 100% disagree with that dad when he's like he should be outside playing. Totally agree. He should definitely be outside playing, but also let him do what he wants to do. Who's to say this kid doesn't grow up and become like
the president or something?
Well, not even a president. I was gonna say Mr. Beast, but it ain't Mr. Beast. I'm trying to give an example of who's a good gamer. Ninja.
Okay. Yeah.
But who's to say this kid won't grow up and be the next ninja?
Because I guess he don't know. You'll never know because his dad doesn't want him to. He thinks it's pointless.
Well, he's probably not open minded to the whole like esports being such a big, thing like it is today.
It is.
Esports is crazy. They hold tournaments that fills arenas.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the EA Sports, they have tournaments. I think the person whoever won one of the games last year, one of the tournaments, like they paid like 6 figures. 100,000, 150,000, 200,000.
And that's just the prize for winning.
Yeah.
That's not counting the endorsements, the sponsorships, the brand deals. Bro, that's just the consolation prize. Like that's just for coming in and doing the thing. You're not even calculating like all the ad revenue, all like when they go to like Comic-Con and shit like that.
Yeah.
Bro, they say people walk away with trash bags full of cash.
They do. Yeah.
Bags. Like for autographs and shit like that.
We advertise like the Comic-Cons and stuff. Like people come in, they'll give us like posters and like cards and stuff like that, and like to promote the upcoming Comic-Con. People go crazy for that stuff, bro.
I want to go to a Comic-Con at least once. Another thing I want to get your opinion on, just another random Facebook thing.
I like this stuff.
Yeah, it says, let's normalize calling out bad tippers in this restaurant. I don't know what the restaurant
Okay.
is, but they have a board that says shitty tippers, and it has your name, it has the date, it has what your tab was, and it has how much you tipped. Okay.
All right.
On that,
I
I
think
commented, I said, let's normalize not having workers rely on tips to make a decent wage. Pay
Mhm.
servers what they are worth.
Mhm.
No one in the greatest country should make $2 to $3 an hour. How do you feel?
What you just said, your comment, I agree with that 100%. I think waiters should get tipped based on like their service.
Okay.
You know, so just because you have, let's say you come in a restaurant and you have a table of 10,
hmm
if I gotta repeat my order to you more than
like
once,
somebody at Buffalo
yeah,
Wild Wings.
you
You
know,
ain't gonna call
because
nobody out, but you know who I'm
yeah,
talking about.
yeah, I call it out.
Yeah,
I already know
yeah.
it's my
You
aunt.
can call
So,
it out.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's
what
my
you-
aunt. So I call it out.
What she do?
What
she do? You gotta tell
He
him.
said, "That's all right." So my aunt, she's a waitress at Buffalo Wild Wings. She actually doesn't work there anymore,
I wonder why.
but yeah, he's not wondering why. But what she would do is we always come in with like more than 3 people. It's usually
Yeah.
3 is the max, but
Yeah.
we usually no, actually 3 isn't the max. We usually have at least
4.
yeah, at least 3 or 4. Okay,
Yeah.
but every time she takes our order, she never has a pad. She never writes it down ever.
Nope. She tries to Jay-Z that shit.
Yes. And she'll say, yeah, she'll say that she
Like, I
doesn't.
ain't writing shit.
Yeah, I actually asked her one time. I was like, "Do you need to write this down?" She was like, "No, I got it. I got it."
But then how many times would she come back and she'd be like,
So,
wait, you had the
Mhm.
and you wanted the and she'll get something and I'll be like, nah.
No,
Yeah.
that was him. Yeah. See, so that's a good example right there. So
So you think
if you got
don't tip that person or
I'm
don't
gonna
tip
be
as much?
I'm gonna be honest. If you really it's out of kindness of your heart, or I wouldn't even say your heart. It's what you want to tip them.
Do you know tipping is an American thing?
It's un-American.
It's an American thing. It's only an American thing.
No, I didn't know that.
Like tipping actually, like in other places, like if you go to Italy and you tip, they think it's rude.
Okay. See, I didn't know that.
But they also don't get paid $2 to $3 an hour. They make they make, let's say, minimum wage is fucking
12.
10. Let's say
12.
10.
Okay.
Okay, just for a good round number, 10.
Yeah.
They make, $16 to $17 an hour.
Okay. Yeah. So that was gonna be my next point right there. Like, I think a waitress should get paid more.
Mhm.
That way they don't have to rely on just tips. Because I think tips is what a customer wants to give you.
Mhm.
Like if they say, oh, okay, like, you did a good job, here's a 5 or here's a 10, but they shouldn't say like, oh man, like, I really, really need that tip. You know what I mean? I rely on your tips. Like we got, you know what I mean? The waitress shouldn't have to worry about that.
Mhm.
Because if you have to worry about that, I think that probably rubs off on the waitress. They're probably like, man, these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like it was a table of 10,
And they only
you know what I mean?
X
Like,
amount, yeah.
yeah, man. Like they had me running back and forth, man. They only gave me $5.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like,
And I can get where that can be frustrating if you're only making $2 to $3 an hour versus if you're making $20 an hour, you're good. Like
You're good.
if you get a tip on top of that, great. But like I hate that they have to rely on it because here's the way I look at it too, and I get it. Like I've got into it with people before in the past, and I do see both sides of the spectrum, but I also see it as me as the customer.
Mhm.
Why should I have to take care of the restaurant's employees?
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Because
okay.
let's say I only have enough for my meal.
Mhm.
You're telling me now that like I am not allowed to treat myself, even though I have enough money to cover my bill in full, and I've worked all fucking week, and I just want a good meal. I'm not allowed to come eat just because I don't have an extra $5-10 to leave to somebody else.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think that's fair. I think like same thing with food stamps when people are like, you should be able to buy candy with food stamps. And I'm like, so because a child's parents are poor and they're getting government assistance, they shouldn't have the right to like have candy every now and then. don't get me wrong, I don't think you should just buy candy with food stamps. Like,
Yeah,
but to punish that child and be like, no, you don't get candy
yeah.
because your parents are getting food stamps. Like,
I mean, it's food. It's just candy.
but to like, it's back to like you're punishing me because you just don't like it.
You're giving me government assistance with
Yeah.
food stamps.
And now you're
So
telling me
they're
like
saying,
what
like-
food I can buy,
Yeah,
which I don't. Man, that's a tricky thing because like I don't disagree, but I also don't agree with it because I don't believe you should be able to go buy $600 in food stamps and spend it all on like junk food. But I do think that you should be able to buy some junk food because it's a treat.
yeah.
Just like I said, if I worked all week and I have enough to go buy a burger at a restaurant,
Mhm.
just enough for the burger
Mhm.
and maybe like $2 or $3 left over or whatnot, like why can I not treat myself
Right.
without feeling like
Definitely.
a piece of shit?
Like, dang, man. Like, I guess I gotta tip you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't believe it's my responsibility to pay you a livable wage. And I hate this comeback, but like people say this all the time. Well, if you're not happy with it, don't be a server. We need servers. Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
And I hate when people say that shit. Like that's
We
the same
do.
thing when people are like, "Oh, if you don't like America, get out."
hmm
Or how about if I don't like it, we fix it.
hmm
Like that's my biggest thing. Like when has America or where along the line did we adopt this mind frame of you don't like it or if something's broken, leave? Like if your car's out of gas, bro, you don't just like leave the car on
Leave
the
it,
side of
yeah,
the road
leave
and
it.
go get another car.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you go put gas in it, or if it needs an oil change, you're not like, well, I guess that car's done.
Yeah.
No, you fix the problem.
Yeah.
So this whole like get the fuck out
Yeah.
mentality.
If you don't like it,
yeah,
then leave.
it's
Yeah.
so weird.
Yeah. I get that. I agree with you on that too. Like, when you say if you don't like it, leave, that means that you're a part of the problem.
I believe
You're
so.
a part of the problem.
Yeah.
You know, like if someone
Because
brings
you're basically saying I'm not going to change.
yeah, if someone brings the problem to your attention and you say, "Oh, it is what it is," like if you don't like it, then
Fuck
leave.
out.
You'd be
Yeah.
like, "Okay, so you're aware of the problem and you don't want to fix it.
Mhm.
All right, cool." You know, so yeah,
I never understood that, and I hate it when people like anytime you question anything like police brutality or
Mhm.
like why black people are killed at a higher rate than white
Mhm.
people, even though black people only make up I think it's 13%
Mhm.
of the country,
Mhm.
but they're killed at a 62% higher rate, and people are like, well, if you don't fucking like it, leave. What?
Yeah, that don't even make
Why
sense.
not fix the fucking issue?
Yeah.
What do you mean leave?
Yeah.
Me leaving isn't going to fix the issue for sure.
hmm
You're just going to have everybody who cares about the issue leave. And then you're just going to have a fucking country filled with people who are like, yeah, good job.
Yeah, good job. Good job. Yeah.
Like, keep killing them black people.
Yeah.
Like, it's
I get
lazy too. It's
I wish I had like the power to change like something that's broken in
there's so
America.
much that's broke.
Yeah, I wish I did, but I'm just a regular person, you know.
I think that's where
Yeah.
they got us though.
Yeah, but I think the
We
people
gotta stop thinking like that.
Yeah, well, it's kind of hard because
Oh, it's hard.
the people that are in power,
hmm
why aren't they the people that can actually make a difference? Why aren't they?
Think about what you just said though. The people that are in power, why would they want to make a difference? If you're in power, bro, what would you want to change? You're in power. You have all the money. You're not going to get the people who are living
Well,
comfortable to make the difference because they're like,
You
wait,
have to. The people that are in power have to be the ones that
it
can.
ain't gonna happen then.
See, that's why not. That's tricky. That's tricky because it's like
Because they're in
Okay.
power. If you're living comfortable,
yeah,
you have everything. You don't want for nothing. You
Yeah.
have $1 million in your bank account,
yeah,
and you're like, I'm living good. Well, what's y'all's problem? And they're like, well, we're poor. We're out here. We're wanting to eat, and we're wanting a good minimum wage. And you're
Yeah.
like, well, I'm fine. I don't
See,
know
I
what
don't
y'all's
know.
deal is.
See,
I'm fine.
I can't. All right, so let me piggyback off of that. I can't speak for everybody else, but me personally, that's why I said if I had the power,
hmm
and I could just be saying this just because I don't have power right now.
No, I think it's because
But if I had
people like you and people like, because I think the same way. If
Yeah.
I had that, I would do this.
yeah,
will never have it because we would do that.
Because let's say I have a net worth of 500 million, you know, and I can literally see in my bank that I have 500 million.
So you actually have 500 million.
Like I have net worth. So net worth is different.
They think what you're worth.
Yeah. So let's take that away. Let's take that away. Let's say I have 500 million in my bank account. Realistically, I don't need 500 million.
You don't need anywhere close to that.
Yeah. So let's say I'll be like, all right, like there's people that's like less fortunate. I can give like 2 or 3 million, like to them, like
way more
easily.
than that.
Yeah, easily.
Bro, you have $500 million.
I'd like
over half.
Yeah, I'd like I can give that away, and like I probably wouldn't even know. Somebody, I'd be like, oh man, 3 million just slipped out of your bank account. I'd be like, all right, cool. Like being, I would really be like, oh,
it's like saying 3? You have $500 and you lost 3.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Well, I don't know. Hold on. You said if I had $500.
Well, the lower you get, the more it is. Yeah, it's like saying if I got $5 and I lost 3.
Yeah, then it'd be.
But we're talking about 500 million.
Yes, million. So then I'll be like,
I play this game a lot, bro. What is the number for you to win the lottery and for you to take care of everybody that you want to take care of? What would be that number that you could live comfortably after like taking care of everybody? How much would you need? Minimum
for me, let's see, probably
after tax too. 500 million?
Or are you saying the hundreds? So 5 million.
No, I'm asking you just whatever you think you would need. What is the amount for you to win in the lottery that you could take care of all the people that you want to take care of in your life, and then you live comfortably for the rest of your life? What's that amount?
5 million.
You think you can do it all with 5 million? I think I can do it
with 5 million. Okay. For me personally.
Damn, so you ain't got many people you about to take care of.
No, well, I mean, I'll buy my mom a house because you can buy a house for less than $1 million. Yeah, like Terrence Crawford. I was watching his documentary. Like he said, he bought like his mom a house. I don't want to get the number wrong, but it was less than $1 million. So he bought like his mom a
house. $1 million house is crazy.
Yeah, like he bought like his
these houses right here. I bet ain't even $1 million.
Yeah. And they nice.
They're huge.
Yeah, they're huge. So imagine, and we're here in Fort Smith, Arkansas. So let's say if we're going somewhere to like Houston or Atlanta, you know, you can still find a house that's like, what, 300,000, 400,000, and it'd be like super big. So yeah, so I don't need 5 million, so I can buy my mama a house, buy my sister a house, buy my brother a house. Way
lower than mine.
Yeah,
I would want at least to be able to take care of everybody and live comfortable. I would need at least like 250 million.
Okay.
But
so who all do you want to take care of?
That's what I was about to say, bro. I'm taking care of a lot of people.
Okay, so before you tell me who you would take care of, me, I only want to take care of like my closest relatives. Like I don't want to go. And sorry for anybody that's listening to this, for family that's listening to this, if y'all listen, I'm not going out of my mom, dad, brother, and sister.
So
just to be honest, yeah. I mean, our aunt, I can be like, okay, you might need.
Here's 5,000.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You need 1,000. What you need? Oh, you need your rent paid up for like a couple months. Here you go.
But you ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, but I ain't saying like, all right, I'm gonna buy you a house, I'm gonna buy you a house, I'm gonna buy you a car, You ain't never gotta pay for college. Like, nah, bro. Like, only mom, dad, brother, and sister.
See, if I have 5 million, I could definitely make it work with that, and I could make it to where I'm gonna have enough.
Yeah.
But like, give me 250, bro. I'm taking care of like a lot of people, and I don't even mean family. I like friends. Like, oh, bro, you getting a bag if I got 250 million. You probably ain't working.
I'm glad I'm your friend. Would you give me?
You ain't working.
Give me some. Would you give me personally? Would you the friendship status that me and you have right now?
Yeah, you ain't working.
250. I'll be like,
you ain't working.
You gonna be like, you gonna hit me up? Be like, Sean, bro, I got 250 million, bro. You ain't never gotta work again.
I'm just bringing it to you. Like I fantasize about doing that shit.
Oh,
Like I fantasize about like being able to like pull up on people like that I have love for, like friendship and
you
family
love
too.
me?
Yeah,
You love me?
yeah. If I fuck with people, I love y'all.
You
Like,
love me, bro?
yeah,
You love me, bro?
yeah. I've done told you this
You
before,
said,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, if I fuck with you, bro, like, cause I don't fuck with a lot of people. There's people that
Respect. Respect.
like I care for,
Yeah.
but like,
I care about you too, bro.
yeah. See,
Yeah, like
you
if
say
some
care. You
no,
you
no.
said you wouldn't give me no money, but that's all good.
I
Like,
would I
if I
would,
had
bro.
250 million, I'm telling you, bro,
Yeah.
I'm pulling up on people
Even if
with
I
briefcases and like changing
yeah,
lives.
yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. Sorry to cut you off, but for realistically, bro, like if anything happened, like if you was to hit me up and be like, hey bro, like I'm on the street,
Yeah,
I'll be like, nah, you ain't living on the street, bro. Like
well,
and I
yeah,
got a 2 bedroom place.
right.
You be like, man, my girl's gotta come with me. I be like, well, I got a couch, bro, so I got one room. So y'all can all pile in this
Yeah,
room
see,
and then
hopefully, like,
like I wouldn't, yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
all
Like I
good,
wouldn't.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, honestly, if something was to happen, you'd be like, bro, I ain't got nowhere to go. Like I'd be like, you're not living on the street, bro. Like
No,
I care about you that much. I'd be like, you're not living on the street. If you be like, bro, I'm hungry. I ain't eating like 2 or 3 days. I'd be like, I would be mad. Like I'd be like, bro, we got a refrigerator full of
right,
food.
yeah,
You bring your ass over here
yeah.
and eat, bro. Don't call me and say you. I would be mad at you if you be like, I'm not
I
coming over
would never
there.
say
I'd be
nothing to
like,
nobody, bro.
yeah, but I'm
I'm
just
just gonna
saying.
starve. Like,
Yeah,
I'll
I'd
be
be
real with
like,
you. I ain't saying shit.
I'd be like, bro.
Yeah,
Or if I would, okay, so you said you wouldn't say that. So if I would to walk in your house and just saying, being honest, if I was, and I'm not trying to say anything bad
yeah,
or anything, but for people that I really, really care about, like if I walk in their house and I'd be like, you ain't got
you
nothing in
ain't
your
got no
refrigerator,
food.
bro.
Like,
Like you sleeping on the floor, bro. Like
yeah.
you ain't got no soap to wash your ass. Like you know what I mean?
But then
I'll
you
be
gotta
like,
ask why though. Like,
yeah, I would. I'll be
yeah,
like, why?
like
And
wait, you got
then
a job and you ain't got. Like
yeah,
that's what I was just telling
all right,
somebody,
go ahead.
bro. We did this like we always say this like there's a big difference in being broke because you have no money
Yeah,
versus being broke because you paid your bills.
yeah, that is. That's different.
Now, at the end of the day, bro, you still broke and it sucks.
Yeah,
But you have a house, you got your water, your electricity, like Wi-Fi. Like you don't need Wi-Fi, bro.
yeah.
Like be realistic.
I don't call that broke. Like
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
pay all of that stuff and you be like, bro, like I have $0, I'm
hmm
like, you good, bro.
Like that's why sometimes even when we go out to eat, bro,
Mm.
like I'll go out to eat. For one, I don't eat a lot there because I don't
You
like
don't
the
like food.
food. Like it gets bland and like. But then sometimes like I crave it,
Mm.
so like I do eat.
Mm.
But yeah, there'll be some times where I'm like, man, I got money, but like
I want
I
to
don't
spend
know if
it
I
on
want to spend
this.
it. Yeah, on
Yeah,
this. So
yeah,
like
exactly.
I'm gonna hold it. But
There's nothing wrong with that.
there's also like what you've seen here lately. Like I bring people with me, bro, and I pay for them. I like to do shit like that. It actually makes
Okay,
me feel good to
okay.
like, especially if they're like, I can't go because I can't tell you how many times like I've been like with Archie. He'll
Mm.
be like, man, we're gonna go watch the fights.
Mm.
And I'm like, I can't, bro. I'm broke. And he's like, motherfucker, I didn't ask if you had money. I said, we're gonna go watch the fights.
Yeah,
I'm like, God damn, bro. Like, yeah, I'll be there, you know. Like, but
yeah,
it makes you feel good, like to
yeah.
know, like, and I do the same thing. Like, there's been times like if he didn't have it, I'm like, motherfucker, I didn't ask if you had money. I said, come
Mm.
on,
Mm.
you know.
Mm.
And yeah, bro, let me hit 250 million, bro. People's lives is changing.
That's what's up, bro.
Like, it's
That's what's up.
changing.
That's what's up.
But like, I have to have enough to where I'm like at least setting like 5 to 10 back for my daughters,
Yeah,
and then like having enough to like help everybody else.
yeah,
That's why I said 5 million won't cut it for me.
yeah.
I could make it work. Realistically, I can't help everybody like I want to,
Mm-hmm.
but like I could put like 1.5 million each back for my girls,
Mm-hmm.
and that could probably sit on for life.
That's what's up. I would probably invest like
Oh
some of mine,
yes,
like
yes.
to make it like some type of like cash flowing business to
You
make like where
have
the
to.
money like
Yep,
pays for itself and keep flowing in. So that's what I
have
would
to.
do.
I would
Yeah.
definitely, if I got a large sum like that, the first investment I'm doing is I'm buying an accountant
Mhm.
and someone to manage the money
Mhm.
and do the investments for me.
Mhm.
You know, somebody who does this.
Probably my wife. I would do it with my wife.
You
Like
let
even
Taylor
though
do
she's
it.
not a professional like
Yeah, I want somebody
accountant,
like.
but like she, bro, I'm telling you, like
Mm,
because we're going, we're going on a
the
trip. Like here in the next week, we're gonna be on a trip. We're going to Orlando. Like I don't know how she did it, bro. Like, we don't have the most money in the world, obviously, but I was talking to her, bro, and I was like, "Can we afford this trip?" And she was like, "Yeah." And then we was like looking down, we was looking at the bills and stuff or whatever, and she was like, "Yeah, I paid this like 2 weeks ago. Like, I paid this like 3 days ago." And I'm like, you know what I mean? And she was like, "Yeah, like the bills fall on this day." She was like, "But you like on, for example, let's say like the months where you get 3 checks." Like anybody else would like be like, "Oh, I got like an extra check, bro." Like
3 checks? You
yeah,
only get
or
3 checks?
well,
Or are you getting paid bi-weekly?
I get paid bi-weekly.
Okay, that's
Yeah, I
fine.
get paid bi-weekly. So
See, that
there's
sucks, bro. I hate
yeah,
that shit.
see, so if you're getting paid bi-weekly, there's months or whatever where you have like 30 days in a month or 28
Yeah.
days in a month, so we get an extra check.
Well, same thing with weekly.
Yeah.
You'll get 5 instead of 4, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, see,
it's
so
nice.
you like, oh yeah, it's nice, bro. Like I got an extra check, so I might have like an extra $200 or $300 or whatever you make.
Mhm.
You have extra money. Like some people be like, I'm blowing that shit, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna go buy me like whatever, or I'm gonna go out. Like what my wife would do is she would actually like pay the rent like up. She'd be like, all right, so you got an extra check, so that's an extra 300. So I'm taking that 300 and I'm putting it in the savings account. So then like
Smart.
yeah, so then I'm
Yeah.
looking, I'm like, oh, you get 3 checks this week? I'm about to buy some Jordans,
Yeah.
or you know what I mean? Or I'm about to go splurge on something. And she'd be like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, what? And then she'd be like, well, I'll give you like maybe 100 of it. She was like, but that
And
extra
see, some people's
200,
gonna hear this and be like, "Oh, like his
it's
wife gotta do it, bro." I don't give a
bro.
fuck. I'll let a woman do that shit all
She
day.
do it all the time. I told you, bro. She was doing it for
Yeah, you
4 or
say you
5
thought you
months,
had
bro,
money,
before
man.
I actually like knew
He
it,
said, "What you
bro.
mean I got money?"
Yeah,
But that's a good feeling. Like you think you have just been getting by, and kind of find out you have hundreds, maybe even thousands. I don't know what the thing was when you found out, but
yeah,
you have.
it was in the house, bro.
It
I
was
don't even lie. Yeah,
okay. So see,
yeah.
like think
I
about
didn't
that.
even know.
To think like you have $30, $40 left,
Mhm.
and you're like, "Damn, man, I really need gas."
Mhm.
And then she's like, "Well, you got $2,000," and you're
Mhm.
like, "Fuck you mean?"
That's exactly what I
Like,
said, bro.
but I
said,
just signed up
I
for that fucking
said,
Facebook bullshit. You see that shit? Oh well, no, you
no,
ain't
I
got
ain't got no
Facebook.
Facebook.
Like, if you
What
had a
happened?
Facebook within 2007 to like 2018,
Yeah.
you're entitled to this money from this lawsuit, and it's like a $725 million settlement that
What?
Facebook settled for. Yeah,
Is it real?
yeah, 100%. And you had to
I
like,
believe you if you say it's real because you be looking at this stuff.
well, that's why I had to look into it because I was like, is this? I'm like you, like that sounds too good to be true. Hold on, I'll show you.
How much?
I can give you the exact number. It's 700 million something. It's more, but I can give you the exact number.
What do you mean a lawsuit?
But they got a lawsuit, and it's now Facebook can still appeal it, but I don't think it's going to do anything. So Facebook $725 million settlement. Last day to apply. How to get your share, and this was 2 days ago. So you can't even apply for it no more.
Okay, so what happened? If you had an account?
Yeah, if you had a Facebook account between like 2007, I believe, I'm opening it up right now. If you were a Facebook user at any point during the last 16 years, the social media company may owe you money. The deadline is Friday, August 25th.
Okay, why would they owe you money?
Meta is paying to settle a lawsuit alleging the world's largest social media platform allowed millions of its users' personal information to be fed to Cambridge Analytica, a firm that supported Donald Trump's 2016 presidential campaign. I knew nothing about that. So anyone in the U.S. who has had a Facebook account at any time between May 24th, 2007 and December 22nd, 2022 is eligible to receive a payment. 725 million is the payout. Now, that would be like from all the people that are gonna file and claim. I think I was reading to where it's like I think you like may get like $100 or something. Some people can't get more, but I mean, think about it, bro. That's a fucking extra just
$100,
yeah,
$50 or whatever it is.
So like you said, like you like, damn man, I only got X amount.
Yeah.
And then like to wake up one day, check your bank account, and you like, damn, how did I get 100 or something?
I was actually, I can tell you exactly what I was about to buy. I was actually about to buy my Xbox Series X.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was around
And you was
income
like
tax.
contemplating, like,
Yeah,
I
because it
got
was
it.
around income tax time. You know,
Say, man, y'all have a kid,
yeah,
boy. Y'all
bro.
be balling on income tax time. Tell Taylor just spit
The
one out real quick.
well, the last couple of years we haven't been able to get stuff because we always had to like pay bills or pay something that we owe.
Which is
Yeah.
smart. It's really what you should do.
So
And then you could use your checks for the
for the other stuff. So this past year's income tax, it was like, all right, like we finally got some money. We don't owe anything, and I'm like, man, I want an Xbox. So a new game, the Harry Potter Hogwarts came out.
Mhm.
My wife is a big Harry Potter fan. Like she got all the movies, got all the books. She found out it was a game coming, but it was only coming out for PlayStation 5 at the time.
Right.
So I told her about the game. I work at GameStop, but I told her about the game, and she was like, "Oh, there's a Harry Potter game." She was like, "I want to play it," and I was like, "Well, it only comes out on PlayStation 5 at the time." And she was like, "Well, let's go get a PlayStation 5." And I thought she was being funny.
I know you got happy as
I
fuck.
thought she was being funny. So we had a PlayStation 4. We had the slim PlayStation 4. And I was like, well, what you can do is you can actually trade in your PlayStation 4 for store credit. And I was like, and you can use that credit towards a PlayStation 5. So she did that and she bought a PlayStation 5. But she had the PlayStation 4 and I had the Xbox. And she was like, "You're not playing this PlayStation 5. I only got it for Hogwarts." She was like, "Maybe you could play it sometime." But you gotta ask me. Yeah. So yeah, that's exactly what she said. She was like, "You can't play it, like you gotta ask me." Da, da, da. So I was like, I want to get my own console. Like I'm thinking like, but I ain't got the money because I'm like, man, I'm doing like the math and stuff. I'm like, it won't even be worth it because I was like, if I trade in like my Xbox One, I'm only gonna get like $80 for it, and I was like, and then I'm still gonna have to pay like $400. I was like, do I really need to spend $400 on like a console and stuff like that? And I wanted like some other stuff too, but the big one was the console. I mean, I was like, I don't have like $400, and she was like, go ahead and get it. And I'm looking, I'm like, I don't have $400.
That's like you, bro. I was like, what y'all gonna give me for a trade in on the PS4?
Like
you said 40 bucks?
Yeah.
I was like, for a PS4?
Yeah, it's because
I just keep this motherfucker.
Yeah, it's because every time a new console comes out,
yeah.
like the other one like goes down.
But I know y'all turn around and flipping them bitches for $300 to $400.
Yeah, well, right at the time you asked, yes, but now they're actually like super cheap. You can get one for like $150.
A PS4?
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, they super.
As long
cheap,
as UFC 5 comes out on PS4
and
PS5, I'm good.
Yeah,
because we ain't gonna get a UFC 6 for a minute, and by then I can get the 5. But
yeah,
it takes so long for the UFC to make games.
So Sony already has games in production that they're supposed to push out anyway. But once they get done with the games that they already had in production, you won't be able to get any new games that comes out for PlayStation 4.
They're already doing it. I've seen some like I think it was called like Forsaken, maybe.
Forsaken. Yeah, that's only for PlayStation 5. Yeah. But yeah, that's long story short, that's how I found out I had more money. And like it's crazy. Other people might be like, dang, you don't know how much money you got. It's like what I do is I actually when bill time comes, my wife tells me how much it is. I trust her. We've been married for 5 years, so I trust her. She's been doing it. She's never told me wrong. Like I was just like, okay, how much are the bills for the month? She'll tell me. I'll just be like, all right, go ahead and take it out, and I give it to her. And then she'll be like, well, this is how much you have left after you pay the bills. And I'll be like, okay, I got a couple $100 left, cool, or whatever. But at this time, so like I said, I was like, well, you told me you only have like $200, and I was like, this costs $400. Where am I gonna get the other two? And she was like, you got it. And I'm like, no, I don't. And I'm looking at my bank account like, I have $200 right here. This costs $450. And she was like, go ahead and get it. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Where's the fucking man?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm asking her. Like, what is it? And she was like, then I ended up buying it. And then like we went home and she was actually like putting it down because I needed to know the answer. And I'm like, so you just put $400 at the fucking air? Yeah, I was like, at the fucking sky. Like, where is it? And then she broke it down.
Thousands.
And I was like, what the fuck, bro?
I don't give a fuck what nobody says. That's the best feeling.
Yeah.
Bro, like doing laundry and putting a pair of pants on like you ain't wearing a minute. You put your hand in your pocket, you find that 20, you be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I used to love that shit. I used to do that shit on purpose. I would like squirrel like money away in pockets. And then, like,
just to see if you can find it later on.
I put my pants on, bro, and I found like $20 in there. Oh, it's the fucking best feeling in the world.
Yeah, bro.
I really hope UFC 5 is gonna come out on
I don't
PS4.
know.
I tried to look it up. It's not
Yeah.
showing. It's not showing anything because it says it's not even for
Pre-orders or anything yet?
no.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll know before I do.
Yeah.
They're just now gonna be like releasing like the trailer next month, so that's when we'll get like a real first look at it.
Yeah.
I'm
I think,
excited, bro.
yeah. I think they already stopped Xbox One games. I think they stopped that like 4 or 5 months ago, and like they're all for the series. But Sony still has games in production because Sony has a bigger library than Microsoft.
Yeah.
So Sony has games that they're already working on that were supposed to come out this year and next year. But I think next year around like I think February. I'm not 100% for sure, but I know in somewhere in between 2024 they're gonna stop all PlayStation 4 games and strictly just work on the
No, I
5.
bet. Because I mean, think about it. If you keep producing PlayStation 4 games, you're just incentivizing people to not buy the next console. I mean, I get it. It's tactics. It works. Yeah. And I do want a PS5. Like I said, I'm just gonna wait.
They going down, bro.
Well, the thing is, I don't even like price. Yes, price is a big thing, but I don't ever get the first generation of the consoles because they're so buggy, bro. If you wait, let them work that shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Let them get the overheating. Let them get the fucking shit. The fans not working.
Yeah, controllers right now are horrible. Bro.
See,
horrible.
Let them get all that shit done,
bro.
And then I'll jump into it.
They are not making PlayStation 4 controllers are actually more durable than the new PlayStation 5s. Like people have been bringing in so many PlayStation 5 controllers. And they're like, man, I only had this for like 3 months, and I don't even play like my game that much, and I only had it for 3 months. Well, they're starting to like. Have you ever heard of stick drift?
Yeah,
like if you're playing a game
where the thing would just be off a little bit.
Yeah, so stick drift. Sometimes like the motor in it to where like if you push like the power button won't even come on. They won't even charge. Like if you have like a charging cable or if you have a charging station, like they just completely go out.
Stick drift can be easily fixed if you know what you're doing. Like if you know how to take the controller apart and like spray some it's almost like WD-40, but it's not WD-40. And there, you can clean out that stick drift.
Yeah, I've heard people do it before.
Yeah, but I know exactly what you mean. It's just like a slight little move. It's off center.
Yeah. Like if you're playing like shooting games,
and your shit will like slowly start to like.
Or if you're playing like sports games, you'll see like your players slowly start to like move.
Even with UFC, like I noticed it on one of my controllers, like my dude will like slowly start to like circle the wrong way, and which you can combat it with just going the other way. But I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's called drift. But
I remember the fucking red eye death on the Xbox.
Man, those was horrible.
That right those there, legit made me never want to buy an Xbox. Like, I was like,
because you can't fix that. I don't think you can fix it.
It was done for.
Yeah,
it was completely done for back in the day. I'm glad PlayStation ain't really had that. Like they did have like something, I can't remember what it was, but it was never as big as like the red ring of death.
PlayStation killing it right now, bro. Like the production, like the money that they're putting into Sony right now is crazy. Like their exclusives right now are better than Microsoft. Like when shipments come in, we get way more PlayStation 5s than we get Xboxes. Like for example, like they'll ship us 10 PlayStation 5s and only ship us like 4 Xboxes.
They know.
Like it's crazy. And when the games come out, like you'll have like 10 freaking PlayStation 5 games and then only like 3 Xbox movies. Like, what the heck, bro? Like,
supply and demand.
Like, they putting a lot more money into it.
Supply and demand. Sony is killing this shit. Sorry, 4. I noticed we do got old dickhead dude working here today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I seen him when I signed in.
Is he already like?
He came like 30 minutes ago, and I was like, I know this motherfucker ain't about to say something already.
Like, bro, we got an hour left, bro.
I'm like, get the fuck out of here, weak ass motherfucker.
But is there any other things you want?
I was just gonna say, hopefully, well, for everybody to know, this will be not the last episode period, but this will be the last episode for a minute.
Yeah.
With you going on vacation, we are gonna take a break. Yeah. I'm glad we got this episode done today. Didn't know if we was even gonna get this one. I'm glad we got it in the bag.
Yeah.
I was hoping we could get a guest. I'm still gonna try to get the person that I'm saying I'm gonna bring on. I'm talking her into it slowly. I think I'm wearing her down. I told her, I was like, Sean thinks you coming on, so you gotta come on now.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
I'm trying.
Yeah. So if you listen to this, definitely come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna definitely have Caitlin come on, cause I'm telling you, man, like when we get her in here, you're gonna see she's very like plain Jane vibe. She's
Okay.
very like open, like
Yeah.
energy, but like I said, can also hold her own when talking about fights, which is dope as fuck.
Yeah.
So we'll get a date set for Caitlin.
Dope.
Hopefully we can hear something from fucking Kobe soon.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they're promoting
Can't
they
say
can't
so.
say so.
Yep.
So yeah.
We gave him a date.
We'll see.
We'll see.
He busy right now, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
So I mean, I'm not gonna put anything out there in stone. Other than that, yeah, just continue to try to bring fun guests on.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, have fun with this.
Yeah, we appreciate all the support we got so far.
Mm-hmm.
All the likes, all the views, subscribers. Like we appreciate that. We just want to make it bigger, but we're nothing without y'all.
Yeah,
so
that's the whole end game, man. We say it a lot, like hopefully, like either a building or just something to where we can do more with like the room itself. And yes, the video aspect will be coming. I'm not even gonna like cap and hold y'all and give y'all a time frame because I'm not gonna hold us to anything. Because I'm kind of more of like I want the audio to be better. I want to have better sound. I want everybody to have their own mic. I want to get to a point to where we actually all have headphones on.
Okay.
So and that's gonna eliminate over talking because with headphones we will hear what the people hear. And when we start that over talking, like especially when we have guests, when it's just two of us, it's easy.
Yeah.
But when we have guests, once they hear like how that sounds, because everybody will be at the same level.
Yeah.
It discourages talking.
Okay.
Like people will just be like, okay, like let me stop because I sound dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Nobody hear me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Anything else happened in the world?
Anything else happened in the world?
Yeah. Shout out Sean O'Malley with the new tattoo. Got champ on his head. So that was one thing.
He's gonna be a star, bro. Well, he already is a star, but he's gonna get bigger.
It's gonna get big. Dang. Looking at the current news to see if anything popped up. I think that's it. If there's anything we missed, we'll make a note, cover it in the next episode. Shout out to the Korean Zombie if he does end up retiring. Great run, good job, man. Like I said, them singing Zombie shit had tears in my eyes, bro. Like this shit was beautiful. Yeah. Stay on the lookout for episode 20. Like I said, we're gonna do something big, cash giveaway. Don't know how much.
It could
be 20, could be 40, could be 1,000, but one thing for sure, it won't be 1,000.
Man.
I don't know. We'll do a little more than 20. We did 20 the last time, so
maybe. We'll see.
We might do 1975.
Yeah. Or we did 20 last time. $20.50.
We got 20.50.
Yeah, $20.50.
We'll do something. But yeah. Anything?
That's it, bro.
That's it. All right. 50/50 episode 15. We out.
Yes, sir.